All right, everybody, welcome back to the Veiled Light, our D&D 5th edition campaign. Last time, we all played in person, which means there's no audio-visual record of us having had played, which means, for the first time ever, I actually physically wrote down the recap. So let's get into it. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for adding that. Okay.
You've heard that?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. In the month of Undalar, the party finally encountered Melanie Pendrata, who had been inducted and imprisoned below fungal fumaries. After saving her and recovering a captive woman known as the Pearl Maker, Melanie made a deal with the party. She would accompany them to Port Damali, where her uncle would then owe them each a favor and provide payment. While this was happening, the lighthouse in the Tariff Corridor was also burnt down by Viz, while Dame Anadir finally had to pay the party for their work at the Pendrata matter a few days earlier. Then the party split. Galliard went to meet with Moira Adir at Dockyard Specialties, where she provided him with information and cleared his myriad bounty. Meanwhile, Velseis and Dagger witnessed the Lithurian Chamber of Secrets being prepared for transport to the first city of Vasselheim. Then they obtained a Faltier Bloom at the permission of Bloodtaker Morna. Later, the party reunited and decided to investigate the Maroon Way camp. They found the camp overrun with wildlife, and Dordok, the leader, had been transformed into an immense devilish toad monster. After a fierce battle, with Galliard destroying the monstrous form and Velseis destroying the returned unmutated form, they defeated him and discovered a journal, and Galliard claimed Dordok's Great Cleaver. Viz also informed Galliard that Sandra Rydelis, a lieutenant working under Dordok, had likely taken charge of the Maroon Way and led them elsewhere. Back at the Sailor Breaker Inn that night, Galliard had a tense conversation with his patron, who instructed him to find 4 chains and seek out the Dryad to gain vengeance. The next day, the party set out for Port Damali on a swamp ship, captained by a dark elf, who had hidden his identity for various reasons. Melanie Pendrata knew this. During the journey, on the Gilded Roadway, the party encountered a group of owlbears one night, but they managed to drive them away with a combination of threats of violence and an actual breath weapon attack by a certain dragonborn. Upon arriving at Port Damali, Melanie helped them gain entry into the city. Galliard parted ways with his friends Helga and Lisbeth, who planned to open a store called Glaive Makers in his honor. Dagger, on the other hand, went to the Tumbledowns to seek more information about his brood sister Tick Tick and to check on his mentor, Vesper Nightshade. Meanwhile, Melanie led Velseis and Galliard to the Pendrata Manor to meet her uncle, Lord Arlo Pendrata, and explain the unusual circumstances of her rescue. After explaining this, he exclaimed, "Why would the Dryad do any of that when she has been so good to us?" And that is where we ended our in-person session. So, Galliard, Velseis.
I like the music.
It's always lit.
Every time.
Litty titty, one could say.
Agreed.
You find yourself in the grand office of Lord Arlo Pendrata, an immense, wooden-floored, decorated office on what was the 3rd floor of the great Manor Pendrata, an immense mansion in Port Damali. 25 feet long and roughly 10 feet wide, this rectangular office has an elevated platform at the end, which you are now both standing on, in front of an immense wooden desk. And sitting behind it, in a very comfortable chair, is Lord Arlo Pendrata himself. The large glass behind Lord Arlo Pendrata reveals the vast sprawl of the great city of Port Damali. A skyship lazily passes by behind in the distance, and numerous sailing vessels with different flags of different colors are docking, undocking, and sailing away into the great Lucidian Ocean. Lord Pendrata sits next to him, Melanie Pendrata, his niece, and he has just asked you both the question. Why would the Dryad do anything to harm us when she has been so good to us? Welcome back. What do you do?
I'm immediately gonna look at Velseis like, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
What do you mean she's been good to you?
The Dryad. She's been a wonderful business partner for years. She's helped us accrue trade deals across the Menagerie Coast. She's provided us with wonderful potions, poultices, elixirs, herbal treatments. She's been a wonderful business partner for us for a long time. I don't know why she would kidnap you, Melanie. And he looks
I
at
mean, your other niece.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you had a niece, locked up, and you have one that's dead. You, you tell me.
Right. She
I
killed
guess you didn't know about her sister, your other niece.
Melanie. And Melanie looks down and she goes, Yes. My sister is dead. She lies in the ruins of your manor. In Otha. And at this, Arlo leans back into his chair and kind of puts a hand on his chest. And he goes, By all the gods. And you claim the Dryad did this? And he looks at you.
Correct.
What proof do you have? What do you have her body? Melanie shakes her head no.
Would your niece have a reason to lie? Would we have traveled all this way for what reason?
People have traveled long ways to tell stories, but not normally with my niece. And it's at this point that Melanie reaches in to her jacket and she pulls out 3 letters with wax seals. And she hands them to Lord Arlo. And Arlo takes them and he adjusts his monocle. And he sees each one of your names, including Dagger, who's not here, written on the envelopes. And Melanie leans over and she whispers in his ear. And Lord Arlo takes the monocle off and he goes, Oh, okay. Wonderful. I owe you all a favor on behalf of the House Pendrata. Not just for the delivery of my niece, but for her rescue. And if the Dryad killed my other niece, something must be done. I would task you with this. But I need proof, definitive proof, that the Dryad, who has been my business partner for 20 years, betrayed me.
We can get you that proof. You can play stupid for now and act like you don't know anything we told you. And just let us track her, do whatever we want. We'll get you that proof. We just need to know how often you meet with her and where she is.
We don't actually meet in person very often. However, the Gala of the Springs is coming. That will be sometime next week, I believe. And she normally makes an extravagant appearance. And Melanie leans back and she goes, I hate that damned ball.
Oh. Are we going to a ball, baby?
We are.
When is the Gala of the Spring?
What time next week?
The Gala of the Springs happens when I could find my calendar.
I was like, yo, what day is it?
Oh my god, I have to open D&D Beyond. And look at my campaign notes. Oopsie doodle. 1 second. Today is the 17th of Undula. Tomorrow is Deep Solace, that dwarven holiday. Which means The gala is on the 22nd of Undala,
The 20s.
as it is every year.
And I'm guessing you're going to give us invitations to attend from afar.
Oh.
Well, there are a few matters that we should go over. Number one, I do not like owing people favors, so let me make an offer for each of you. I will pay you 1,500 gold now, if you will say that your favor is done, and I burn this letter. Or, you hold on to the favor, and I pay you... How much did you agree to, Melanie? And Melanie leans over to you guys, and she goes, I actually don't recall. How much did we agree to? 300 gold, I think.
I'm gonna look to Galliard.
Can I get those numbers again?
I'm gonna give him a knowing look. So 1,500 for the favors being burned.
No favors. And then favors and then 300?
Each. 1,500 each. To burn a favor.
Is it a one and all deal, or can some of us keep our favors? Or-
Some of you may keep them if you wish. However, the less of you that keep them, the happier I will be. In fact, if more of you get rid of your favor, I will pay all of you more. 200 more per each one of you that agrees.
Hmm.
Dagger
No.
is
No buy.
channeling to you guys to take the money.
I'm gonna,
You feel
I'm
a
gonna-
whisper on the wind. As no, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna look to Galliard and just shake my head no, just slightly. Maybe let's like tilt my head.
When do you need to know by?
Preferably immediately, but definitely before the ball. We will have some preparation that we need to do. First of all, you were not allowed at the Gala of the Springs in armor.
Mhm.
Or wielding a mighty weapon like that, which Arthur probably should have asked you to keep at the gate.
I don't think Arthur would have been able to take it from us anyways, if I'm being honest. But as far as my armor goes...
Make a perception check.
Shit, okay.
Arthur is a strong boy.
Oof, it's a 5.
Great. You feel a tap on your shoulder as directly behind you, the old butler, Arthur, goes, I can take anything from you that master wishes me to.
Is his hand still on my shoulder?
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna look and then look back, like I said.
Make another perception check.
Yo, talk about twice. That's a 5 again, bro. This is not
Great.
funny.
You turn to look at him and he's gone.
Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, bet.
Arlo looks up and he goes, Arthur is more than just the manager of the house. He is also the head of my personal guard, the Verdant Worms. You may have heard of them.
Actually, I have not.
You can make a history
But-
check if you want.
Oh, bet.
Or you can say you haven't. It's up to you.
Velseis is definitely not. gonna know
Velseis has
anything.
not. You would not.
With disadvantage? No, not just no.
If there
Okay.
was a double disadvantage, then yes.
But I can still roll and say even if I do know, I can still be like, nah, I don't know.
Yes,
Shit,
that
right?
would be a different.
Okay,
That
cool.
would be a different roll.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. I rolled a 13.
13. So you spent most of your time and were a soldier in Jorhas, so you've heard rumors of the various mercenary companies along the Menagerie Coast, such as... one second. Let me pull up my notes. Such as, of course, you have heard of the Verdant Worms. Their symbol is a great green dragon bleeding from multiple different wounds, a mix of blood and acid pouring from the wounds. You've also heard of... One second.
Ryan, you said in 1 second just now?
Yes.
Kind of sounded like something that Panic at the Disco would sing.
Thanks.
That's how it felt to me.
Drawn out 1 second.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You've also heard of what the hell were they? They're in my notes somewhere. And you've also heard of the more famous one, the Golden Chain Mercenary Company. And you've heard of the Golden Chain especially because it wasn't but 30 years ago that the Golden Chain acted on the behalf of someone to invade part of Draconia's ruins and actually take something from the ruins of the city.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So, you've heard of the Verdant Worms. You've more heard of the Golden Chain. And, what was your roll again?
13.
Okay. You've also heard of their captain, Juan Sabado.
Can you spell that for me?
Q-U-A-N-S-A-B-A-D-O.
Juan
But you are
Sabado?
Mexican.
Whoa. And you know Juan Sabado is a feared name. And that's what
Do
you
I
have.
know what Juan Sabado looks like or no?
Nope. You've only heard the name.
Okay. So when do you want to meet before this gala?
I believe I will have you attend the gala. You will act as my bodyguards. If Arthur agrees, and you hear a voice from the shadows go, "Yes, sir."
I'm sure it
You-
wouldn't take much convincing.
You will enter as the guise of... Well, let's see. You, sir, and for the first time Lord Arlo stands up out of his chair, and you see that he's only a few inches shorter than you, Galliard. He's very tall. And you notice he's fairly well kept for an old man, roughly in his 50s. Beautiful, noble attire, deep bluish purple shades. The eyeglass hangs down and he slips it into a pocket. His long white mustache flowing down and then drooping out and kept out with like oil, that kind of thing. And his hair is cropped, oiled, and pulled back and down, and it flows down to his shoulders. All gray. You, sir, I think would not be recognizable as one of my servants, but perhaps if you go as the guise of one of my mercenaries, we can get you in that way.
It'll be a problem.
And you, sir, and he looks at you, Velseis, perhaps one of Arthur's contemporaries. You would go in the attire of service, if you wish.
That works. I've got no qualms with that.
We also have another in our company that needs to come as well.
Yes.
He's a Kenku.
He's unconventional.
Oh,
I'm guessing mercenary
Right.
might work better.
or disguise, perhaps. I hate to say it, but the nobility of the city are a bit outdated in their thoughts on the Kenku.
Racist. Got it.
Yes, that could be a term for it. Let's just say they've had problematic dealings with the old Kenku cults back in the beginnings of their family's rises to power. And they've held on to those feelings even though they are nowadays quite unfounded. So yes, racist is a good term for it.
A disguise wouldn't be an issue. That would be easily taken care of.
Wonderful. Then he could enter as a servant or as a mercenary. Either one, whichever they prefer or might work better with.
He would prefer to enter his service.
As a
I'll speak for him.
Very well.
Actually, I prefer him with me.
Uh,
So
Galliard.
mercenary might work the best.
Galliard. I think it should be service.
You feel a force in the back of your head. And it's like a
For all due and purposes,
it's like a
I
ghostly
would like-
pecking at the back of your skull.
You know, Galliard, can we talk about the semantics or the details a little later in private?
that would-
Well, you should talk to them with me, since I am your escort and the one that's getting you access to the gala.
Will you give us a day?
Melanie? And Melanie just nods. Fine. 24 hours from this point. It is 7
Perfect.
p.m. return at 7 p.m., and we can continue this conversation. Do you know anything about Port Damali?
Our third is rather familiar with the city. But us, I looked at Galliard, not much.
Not much, but we do have plans to meet outside here. So I'm sure he'll find his way to us.
Wonderful. Let me
And
ask,
I'm sure he'll escort us.
how much money do you have that you could spend per night? I have a few potential locations you could stay.
And here I thought we were welcome guests.
Certainly not within the manor.
Respectfully so, but you don't seem like the kind of person that owns just one manor or location in the city.
Make a persuasion check.
I guess maybe old habits die hard, Galliard. And I'm gonna look.
Bro, my rolls are shit.
I'm gonna look at Arlo. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
What'd you roll? I'm
An
gonna say
8.
it didn't help, sorry. What'd you roll?
Okay, that's fine.
An 8.
An 8? Sorry. Not enough.
But
Arlo goes, even if I did, you haven't actually proven yourselves to be friends to me, merely to my niece. And her decision-making in the past has been somewhat questionable.
That is true, considering
Melanie
she trusts you.
rolls her... Okay. Melanie rolls her eyes. And she kind of takes a step towards you guys. But she is my beloved niece. And even for all her mistakes, I will do anything to make sure that she is safe. I have a recommendation for you. Somewhere you can sleep the night. It is called the Skyship's End. It is located in the Bearded Alley.
You said Skyship's End?
The Skyship's End, yes, located in the Bearded Alley. Some few decades after the founding of the city, one of the skyships managed to flip upside down and crash. And they decided, why not turn it into a place of rest?
it's not a little faux pas, is it? I think some people probably called it a permanent rest.
Only many people died, not enough to ruin the decor.
Just paint it red.
It was thoroughly cleaned, I assume.
That's so funny.
I've even stayed there once. They do have a noble suite. I was too lazy in my youth to just walk all the way back home.
Do you know the owner? Somebody we can get in contact with there?
No, I have not been there in... What, Melanie, how old are you? I have not been there in 33 years, it would seem. Melanie,
Yeah, I guess that's
Melanie flushes a bit and looks down.
What does that mean?
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm looking into it.
Okay,
Hit it.
roll insight for me.
Got it.
Are you guys rolling? Or are you...
I'm rolling, yeah. I got five's a lucky number tonight. 5.
Okay. Galliard, did you also want to roll, or did you want to help Velseis?
I want to help him.
Velseis, roll with advantage, please.
God. A 15.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
With a 15, you get that it's the twinges of embarrassment.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe shame.
Do you want to accompany us, Melanie?
You all seem
We could-
rather fun. We've been getting into wonderful trouble so far. Might as
Oh.
well continue, yes?
Yes, of course. I mean, we could use someone to show us the way.
Yeah, we
Oh.
could use a local to show us.
You
And,
need a
you
tour
know,
guide, not a
You're not bad
companion.
company either.
That's what I want to hear, Blue Scale. Sure. I will gladly go with you, as long as Arthur permits it. And she looks over into the darkness. And both of you can make a perception check if you'd like to see what she's
I
looking
want
at.
to. I
Go
wanna
for
take
it.
a
Go
look.
for it.
Use a
See
perception.
what-
Yeah.
I got a 13. Let's see if
I
the
got an
shadow. It's a Batman.
I
And
got an 8, bro.
cool. Man, you and 8s today. It was wild.
Bro, my rolls are rough. I should have brought the dice.
You just see a shadowed corner. You don't see anything that she's looking at.
A 13 now, same.
Nope,
Okay.
not with a 13.
I hate this motherfucker.
Arthur is Alfred's older brother. Is what it is.
The door
Thank you.
the door at the end of the hall opens. You may all leave now. Master Arlo has urgent business. He must attend to another meeting. And then stepping out from the shadow of the doorway, you see the old butler walk forward into the light. Please, sirs, after you.
I appreciate you off. And I'm gonna walk out the door.
We'll see you in 24 hours.
Before you
Can I
go,
follow? No?
Lord Arlo stands and gestures out. Did you wish to make a decision on the offer I gave you?
We'll see you in 24 hours. And it
Very
continues.
well.
I'm gonna nod my head and then continue.
With a quick, the door closes behind you as you are now standing in the Manor Pendrata. And Melanie says, "Come with me, dears. I will take us to the Skyship's end."
Cool.
And now we're going to warp over to our Kenku. Dagger, when we last left you, you were in the bakery, beginning to leave after having a small conversation with your mentor. And just as you're leaving, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you see Vesper standing there, and she says, wait, birdie. Before you go, I got you a present.
What's that, Vesper?
Oh, something you've been asking for years, dear. Are you
Oh, do tell.
excited?
Curious.
Oh,
Sorry.
please be excited. Fine.
I'm curious,
Here. And she pulls out from behind her back a present box with it's a plain present box made out of simple wood with a bow, a black bow on it. And she hands it over to you.
I slowly undo the ribbon and open the box.
Wonderful. Inside, you see. Let me get it. I'm excited about this. Oh, it's in D&D Beyond. I haven't even put it in my notes yet. Okay, lovely. 2 seconds. You see a leather belt. A dark leather belt with 3 leather rings stitched into it, and 1 small open-topped leather pouch. 1 second. And 1 small open-topped leather pouch. The rings look like they're meant to hold blades, and the pouch is the perfect size to hold a potion or similar-sized item.
Nice. Thank you, Vesper. I'll try it out now, so I'd put it on.
Great. How do you put it on? Over your chest like a bandolier, around your belt like a belt? How do you put it on?
Over my chest like a bandolier.
Great. You notice that it's almost too snug, and as you put the belt buckle together, it seems to extend to naturally fit the size of your chest and sit on your chest perfectly. Let's just say, if you
What do I know about this?
If you attune to this item, you might learn a little something new.
If I what?
Attune to the item. If you spend 30 minutes concentrating on the item.
Oh, I would like to do that. I would like to do that.
Great.
That's kind of where I was going, was like, what do I know?
Great. In your D&D Beyond inventory, you can add the Belt of Recall. Yeah, I have all the information in there, so you should be able to see it. But I'll explain it to you right now.
Okay, thank you. I see the picture. Picture looks cool.
So, you have 1 charge. That charge is for the open-top pouch on the side. After a long rest, any item placed into the open-topped leather pouch will return, whether it has been used or not. Thieves' tools stored here will return fixed if broken. Potions stored here will return filled, but only once, after which point the potion will return filled with putrid water. And that's 1 charge per long rest to return an item. Also,
Well, what if I put my throwing daggers in there?
that should be in here somewhere. Oh my god, I must have put that in my mind. Let me see.
That was headcanon.
So if you throw a blade, you can use a free action to return it to your belt at the end of your
question.
turn.
Yeah, because you'd be missing all your shit.
So, question I've got: does the dagger disappear and then just reappear on my belt, or does it like boomerang back to me upon command?
And then is on your belt.
What a good question.
So it vanishes.
It vanishes and returns on your belt. Just reappears.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
That
I am
don't,
very,
like,
very sure.
force pull it.
I am 100% certain. There are spells to
Okay.
force pull things. That is not
Because
this.
Jedi dagger would
I'm
be
a
pretty bad.
I
billion
can see
percent
him-
certain that it
I can
doesn't
see-
do that.
I can see that Jim too, like getting as many enemies in a straight line. Huh.
It doesn't do
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh, fuck it. Okay. Understood. Thank you for the clarification. I clearly needed that.
So
Sweet. So
Well-
any daggers and that doesn't take a charge?
the dagger return is at the end of your turn in combat, and it's a free action. You can return any and all daggers that you've thrown.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Sick. Okay. I'm attuned, so I put my throwing daggers in that.
As you slide each dagger in, you feel like a pressure, and then it stops with each dagger,
Oh shit.
like they're connecting to the belt.
Okay. And I want to put my.
Quick
I'll put,
hollow
my
blade.
health, put one of my health potions in there.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how to do that in the app.
Just keep that in your mind.
Okay. Keeping in my mind. Thank you, Vesper. This is a wonderful gift. I love it.
I'm so glad
Now
you
I remember
enjoy
asking
it.
for it for years.
Oh, darling, you've always said I lose my daggers, I lose my knives, I lose the sword that I threw, I lost a pitchfork after chucking it. Please, dear, don't think that your Auntie Vesper never looked out for you.
No, I know you always have my best interest in mind, Vess.
Of course. No, you came here with friends, yes?
Friends might be a strong word, but acquaintances, yes.
Are they acquaintances that can make you money?
Yes.
Well, that's all that you need, isn't it?
They make wonderful distractions.
Sometimes we all need a good distraction every now and then. Would you like to run off to them, or do you want to check in on your father? Or your sister?
On my father.
I heard she's in town.
You said my father?
Yes, your father.
I'd like to check on my father. I didn't know he was here.
Yes, he's here in Port Damali. You did know he's here. He stays in the tumble downs. At your home. The home that he bought when you returned with your eldest sister.
That's right.
To the tumble downs.
Okay, yeah, no, I want to go check on him.
Okay. Great. So, Dagger, you spend the next 15 minutes walking the familiar alleyways of the Tumble Downs, the poorer, shantier town part of your home here in Port Damali. And you find yourself to the side alley with the small, crooked house that's crushed between a bunch of other houses that kind of burrows down into the earth a good 10 or 15 feet down before reaching a doorway that you know leads into your home, which is under that house.
I go straight under the house.
All right. Do you sneak in, or do you just walk through the front door?
I want to peek in first.
Give me a perception check.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. What a nightmare.
Perception.
He said 5
Would be-
minutes.
Perception is. Oh fuck. 19.
Okay. With a 19, you look through and you see the drab interior, barely decorated. Worn down wooden table, 3 legs, seems to be crooked. 2 stools, a bed in the same room as the table, a small little kitchenette area. It's damp, it's dimly lit, and you see the halfling figure of your father laying on a matted-looking couch.
I sneak in.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, God. $17.
With a 17, you're able to open the door as you remember to and quietly move your way in without being heard at all. And you hear the of your father on the couch.
I would like to peek around sneakily.
Okay. You want to just walk around the room?
Yeah, I want to like walk around the room like quietly, not to wake him up. Not keeping my eye out for money, more so just kind of keeping an eye out for like, how's he been doing? Is there any signs of my family?
Okay, great. Give me a investigation check. We'll say as you peek around.
13.
Great. With a 13, you see that in the cold storage pantry there is some food, and it doesn't look like all of it's molded. Maybe some of the bread is molding. It doesn't feel too dingy in here, so he's either been opening the window to let in the tropical air or has been burning wood in the fireplace every once in a while. There's like a small fireplace that's probably illegally built into the wall in the back room. And you see a leather shoulder bag on the table that bears the all-seeing eye symbol of Ayun, the knowing mistress, which could only mean one thing. Your older sister has been here recently and has left a resupply for Tord, your father.
I go shake him and wake him up.
Okay. Son?
Hello, Father.
Oh, Dagger. It's good to see you, my boy.
Good to see you too, Dad. I know it's been a
Make a medicine check.
medicine.
Yep.
Still not my strong suit. Yeah, we got a 16.
Great. You see the telltale wide open irises and deep bloodshot eyes, the sallowed, sunken eyes of sleeplessness, of extensive sood usage. You can guess your father is probably either still high or coming down from a high.
Nice.
And looking
Dad,
around,
what's going on?
you
You look
see
miserable.
there's a few glass bottles around him as well that seem to have been tucked under the couch as if trying to hide them.
Okay. I repeat what I said. Dad, what's wrong? You look miserable.
I've been... Well, you sent that money that week ago, and I bought some bread. And he gestures over at the moldy bread. And some food. And he gestures over at the... probably should be thrown out soon food in the pantry. And I took care of myself, and I went to look for work. And... well... I... Oh. I'm sorry, son. I went and saw Tyra again. You don't have to roll for this. You know Tyra is a dealer that you've threatened multiple times to stop selling to your dad.
Okay. And did Tyra sell to you, Dad?
Yes. Yes, son, I'm sorry. It's just been so hard. He does this every time.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been using Dad? This time.
When did you send the money? When did you send the money? It's up to you.
6 months ago.
6 months ago?
Yeah.
6 months on and off, whenever I could afford it. Your money ran out after 2 weeks. I've been doing odds and ends since then. That lovely nightshade woman came by once. She helped, but Jillian drove her out. You know how Jillian is. Your older sister, Jillian.
Has she been here recently?
And he looks around like dazed. Her bag is here. The past couple days at least. Jillian!
Is she coming back?
I don't know. You know the Cobalt Soul. They're always so busy.
Mm-hmm. Where's Tyra now, Dad?
I don't know. Why?
Where did you meet her?
Well, I met her. I met her in the peasant square. I always meet her.
And how do you get in contact with her?
You're not going to hurt her, are you?
No, we just need to talk.
I just go to the square at sunrise and I look and see if she's there.
And I know what she looks like, I'm assuming?
You do.
Okay.
You've beaten the shit out of her to near death before. You know exactly who she looks like.
Cool. What was my most recent threat to her?
Your most recent threat was, if you ever sell Sood to my father again, you'll never wake up.
Okay, that's what I was hoping. Okay. Dad, when was the last time you saw Julianne?
4 days ago, I think. She would be off at the reserve. And you know the reserve is the grand library of the Cobalt Soul. And it's located in the Gilded Esplanade, which is on the other side of the Crescents, on the other side of Port Damali.
You know she'll be coming back? Here?
I don't think so, my son.
Even though her bag's still here?
She leaves those.
Okay.
She comes.
Thank you,
She
Dad.
gets it next trip, but it's. She knows I could use storage stuff.
Okay.
He's starting to
Dad.
like.
Yeah. Hey, Dad, come to, and I kind of give him a tap on the face, and I say, and I grab one of the bottles from hiding under the couch, you know, the hiding ones?
Yeah.
And I say, do you have any more of this, Dad?
No.
Be honest with me. Don't lie.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
With advantage?
With advantage, yes. Okay.
20.
Yes. Over there. And he gestures over to the cold storage pantry. Behind the milk. Behind the root beer.
Okay. I take my health potion out of my satchel strap, and I put that in my bag. And then I grab one of those, and then I put that in my satchel strap. And then I take the rest of them, and I'm just holding them in my hands.
Okay. You've got what looks like you have 1 dose in your satchel. You know that a potion would be about this big? And that...
I can't see you currently because you all have unstable internet.
Oh.
It's anytime I switch apps.
It's about the size of a baseball, would be a normal potion of healing.
Okay.
But a potion of Sood would be about the size of a salt shaker, a small one.
Okay, lit. But I can't put more than 1 in there.
Only 1 item. You currently have about 4 doses of Sood.
Okay.
And you know, turned into a
look
liquid, it's extremely potent. It's normally a powder.
So it's a powder now? I just mix with water or something?
No, you would need like potion craft.
Damn, okay. Never mind. I put them all in my backpack. Health potion's still in my satchel.
Okay.
And then I look at my dad firmly and I say, and?
Make a persuasion check. With advantage. Okay, a 20 and...
20.
Yep, we'll take the 20. And he reaches behind him into the cushion of the straw couch and pulls out another vial, or small box, and this is of the powder.
Wait, so the vials are liquid that I had before?
The vials are liquid, and then he pulls out a small box of the powder, and it can be taken different ways. The powder is the quickest way. The liquid is more potent, takes longer, and is also more expensive.
Nice. Okay, yeah, so the potions are in my bag. I put the powder in my satchel.
Okay.
Okay, Dad. Is there anything else of this in this house? Anything else I need to know?
No. No, son. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry, Dad. Do better. What do you need from me right now? How can I be there for you?
I don't know. I just need to rest.
Okay, Dad. I'll leave you be for now. And I kind of take off. I give him like a peck on the head, you know? And then I take off. And I tweet on my way out, like, chirp, chirp, chirp.
Okay.
Yeah. And I make my way towards the peasant square.
Okay. Great. And now we're going to cut back over to Galliard and Velseis, who have been led by Melanie for the past 20 minutes out of the crescents, where the manor is, into the bearded alley, which is not as well off as, hold on. Which is not as well off as the, crescents are. You still see a bunch of nice houses. The highest you see is maybe 3 stories. You see occasional stores and storefronts, bakeries, a few small smithies, things like that. But she leads you through, and until you turn a corner and you see a great ship, huge, maybe 50 feet long, bow to stern, flipped upside down on top of a wide 2-story building with beautiful colonial windows in the front and swung open double doors on the first floor with a small garden and open tables on the outside. A warm roaring fire on the inside is pushing out warm light as the sun slowly begins to fade. And then you hear music on the inside as well. And Melanie goes, "Here we are."
It's not too shabby. I've, slept in worse.
I can tell Arno was here 33 years ago and not today.
Yes, he hasn't been here in a while. I wish he hadn't have told you that.
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about that the whole time. What did he mean by that?
Hey, he said you made some colorful decisions?
No. 33 years ago, I was born here.
Born here?
Yes. And that's the extent that I'll say about it. Come in. And she marches inside. And as she walks inside and you guys are outside, you're... And a cheer of people as she walks in.
I follow him.
I think she's been holding out on us. I'm just gonna continue in.
All right. You follow in, and it's a wide, wood-floored, beer-stained floor, multiple tables full of various different people, humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves, half-dwarfs, which we're calling half-dwarfs and not goldoons or whatever they're called. And people are drinking, rip-roaring fire in a center pyre that seems to be built through both floors with a hole in the second floor and up and out the top of the bottom of the ship. Just billowing smoke out. It smells like spiced meats and a camera that's out of focus. It's hello, my face is here. Thanks. And there's a half-elven woman operating the tavern, and Melanie seems to have gone right up to her and is leaning up against the tavern with a swagger like she owns the place. And they're just chatting away.
Well, let's go meet our friends, yeah?
Yeah, I guess we shall. I'm gonna go and saunter up towards the bar.
I'm so sorry for that. My phone died, but we back, boys.
Hey, he said we back, boys.
Man, the struggle is real right now, bro. The struggle is real tonight. Okay. Great. Cool. You saunter up to the bar. She's leaning against it as you hear the and the slap down of a great flagon of mead that slid right into her hands, and Melanie just goes, "Thank you, love. It's been so long," and she just fucking downs it.
Okay.
That doesn't look like your normal swill. Like, I thought you liked wine.
And at this point, the half-elven woman with bob-cut brown hair, green dress with a leather apron goes, "Doesn't look like her normal Svein. Have you been holding out on these fine fellows? Who are you?"
Velseis.
I like your red hair.
Thank you.
Welcome to the, what's this fucking place called? Skyship's End.
It's lovely. She told us she only drank wine, so I'm a little confused.
If you get her drunk enough, she might tell you what happened here. And if you get me drunk enough, then things might happen later.
I'm gonna look towards...
I'm just kidding. I am working here. This is a working environment, and you deserve a drink, I think.
Yes, of course. For me, and blue scales. I'm gonna gesture towards Galliard.
Blue scales? That's a bit racist. What's your name, sir?
Galliard. What was your name? I'm sorry.
Ooh. You don't want to know. I'm just kidding. My name's Scarlet. Hi.
Scarlet. Nice
How
to meet
you doing? 2 T's at the end, darling, if you're logging that in your mind.
Scarlet. And can we get a description for her again?
Yes. Half-elven woman, maybe 5'6", 5'7", body, green dress with a cut down in the front. She has the goods and she's showing them, and she knows it makes her more money, right? Leather apron over top, stained in beer. She has a glove on one hand and an open hand on the other. And the glove looks thick and padded, like she could grab something straight out the oven and hand it to you. Green eyes, a little bit of freckles, streaks of like amber in part of the brown hair. And she's got like a round, cute face.
And she amber hair. Okay.
Brunette
Streaks
hair,
of amber.
streaks of amber. Yep.
Thank you.
And she goes, "We've got 4 on the tap tonight. We've got the King's Grace. We've got the Lantern's Fall. We've got the Larboard Light, named after the district. It's the worst one. Don't get it. And we've got the Noble's Piss. Now, what would you have?"
I have to know, Scarlet. Which one do you like the best?
"Oh, darling, I like to mix them all and then wake up somewhere random."
That sounds like a... You have me hooked. I'll taste them all.
"Oh, a flight!
One of each.
A flight!" And she rings over and grabs a bell and go bing, bing, and the whole chamber goes, "Ah, a flight!" It's not often that a flight takes off here, being it's a crashed airship and all. We celebrate. And she gets these small little pint glasses. She gets small little pint glasses, and she pours one of each, and she hands them to you. And it's from left to right, IPA to nitro stout, and you could imagine. IPA, nitro stout, amber, and then regular beer.
I'm gonna hit the IPA first. It's like just
Cool.
not the whole thing. Just knock half back.
It's as horrible as an IPA can get.
Like no redeeming qualities, just shit.
I hate IPAs, so as the DM, no.
Oh, shit. I'm just gonna, like I said, knock half and then hand it back to Galliard to give him the other half.
Okay.
I grab it and I want to set it on the counter and I look at Velseis and I say, I'm not much of a drinker. Thank you though.
How do you know? Have you tried it?
The old me has, and it's not somebody who I want to be anymore. Can I just get a tea? Scarlet? Tea? Is that a thing?
A tea! Oh, that's something we might be able to procure for you.
I'm
Sure.
gonna look at.
I mean, I'll have to brew the water. Just a couple of minutes, dear.
Take your time. No rush at
She
all.
just kind of rushes off behind the divider wall behind the counter there and disappears.
I'm gonna look at Galliard and reach for it, take it like I can understand that, and then drop my spear so it just vanishes, and then knock it back.
Great.
Tight.
You drink another
Sure.
one.
Yeah.
And you both notice Melanie leans over and starts pouring her own refill in the large flagon, and then just sips it quietly and goes and drinks.
What are you drinking, Melanie? Which of the four?
Noble Space. It's the
Seems
darkest
like it's
one.
your favorite.
It's rough.
Gets the job done quick.
Ooh, it does.
Do you come here
Yeah.
often when you're in town?
I run the place.
Oh.
You could
Like I say,
say.
you're
I don't actually
home
run it,
Here,
dear.
and then you bought it. Outright.
Let's say I invested in some people giving up their shares.
Makes sense. Can respect the working class woman.
Speaking of shares, Velseis, I do believe you mentioned shares in some brew or something.
Yes. I may have purchased a little bit of a share of a brewery back in Otha.
Right, and what
It's-
one was that?
Let me.
Oh,
let me
don't
look
tell
handy
me it was
dandy.
the Sailor Breaker.
It might have been the Sailor
Oh, please tell me you're investing in the good brew there. The others were
Yep.
trash, dear.
It was. It's the only good one there.
Okay, well, did you bring a sample?
I don't think I did.
He said,
Well, how on earth, how in all of Exandria and in the grace of all the gods, good and bad, are you going to share the beauty of Sailor Breaker Brew without a sample?
It's by name and name alone. That's all you need to know.
Well,
Yes.
that's interesting. I think Hilda, whatever her name was, has chosen poor business partners.
Shit.
And she keeps drinking.
We got so busy, I forgot.
We have a wonderful table over here, dear. It's mine. Nobody sits there. Oh, I look at them weird. Come on. And she wanders off.
I'm gonna go for my last two, just same time.
Great. So you've
Knock
drunk
'em.
all four? I'll need a Constitution saving throw. You do have advantage. It is technically a poison.
Huh? That's funny. That is actually funny. Yeah, me through there.
can I scan the room and see if I see anything that stands out to me?
Yes. Give me a
17.
perception check. Yes.
17.
I was waiting. A 17? Great. You feel a tingle at the tip of your fingers, and that's it. You go, I'm good.
I got a 13.
13. Looking around, you see a wide assortment of different people, mostly sailors, but they seem to have a different attire than the seafaring sailor. They have the attire of a skyshipman, which is typically nicer. It's still, of course, a uniform, but of a higher quality grade, higher thread count, like the nicer sheets in a nice hotel, but in terms of clothing. And they all have joint uniforms, and they all there's 3 different parties of what look like skyship crews, and they each seem to have a lieutenant or somebody in charge at the head of their tables. One is in green, one is in blue, one is in yellow. Each group. Then you also see a gaggle of dwarfs sitting at the only stone table in the building. It seems really out of place. But it's dwarven sized, and the chairs are dwarven sized, and everything about them is wood except for the bottom part of the stool, which is stone as well. It must have been built for them specifically. You also see halflings, hobbits, halflings are hobbits. Don't sue us, Tolkien. Halflings, gnomes, humans. You see another dragonborn. Green, tall, 6'7", leaning in the corner, just sleeping away.
Does he have a tail?
No. Hold on.
That seems like such a judgy okay.
Hold on.
Hey, you said it was green?
Hold on, checking my notes.
There you go.
Yes, no tail. Green silver front chest scales. Like silver chest scales, but the rest is green. Like a lizard's belly would have a different color.
Okay.
And the eyes are green. They occasionally peek up. Is he sleeping? And you notice, for all the different shapes and sizes of people, there's an accommodation here to fit their shape and size. There are large chairs, small chairs, and everything in between. And looking up through the hole in the center of the building that the fireplace goes up into, you can barely make out what look like doors in a circle pattern. As if you were to stay the night, you'd go on the second floor and you'd be able to look down into the first floor and see the people enjoying their time, see people getting drinks, that kind of thing.
Cool.
Yep.
This place is popping.
Yeah, it's filled. we should sit with Melody. See what she can tell us.
Do you?
I agree.
Great.
Either way.
You've noticed that Melanie has walked off with a stride of comfort, control, this is home to her, to a corner table that is slightly elevated, like 2 steps up, a wooden platform of its own, with lush, beautifully stitched, real red leather corner booth style table with a rich mahogany wood table in the center. And she has slid her way in and is leaning back, and she's got both arms out and is just going, it's so good to be home. Big flagon of ale right in front of her on the table.
Do you think Galliard could fit sitting down? It's a booth, right?
You could try. You can certainly try. D&D. You can try.
I'm gonna go ahead and slide in on her right, and then gesture for Galliard
You
on the
slide
opposite
in.
side of the table.
You notice from this corner viewpoint, you have eyes on the main entrance, on the main windows, on any point of entrance into this building you can openly see, you have eyes on from here.
I sit down as well.
You sit down and the center table shifts as your immense form pushes in. And Melanie goes, oh. Right. Welcome to my table.
Aside from Scarlet, is there anybody else that sticks out to you? Somebody you may know?
To me?
Yeah.
Well, you're not the first Dragonborn I've met, darling. There's Lizzie over there. And she gestures off to the tall green Dragonborn. Lizzie's a purveyor of... let's say if you're bored, Lizzie's a good person to go to. No, not in that way, Velseis. You're disgusting.
I'm gonna look towards Galliard again.
Please,
not
Galliard's
what
a
I meant.
gentleman. She puts a hand on your arm. He's a gentleman, dear. You would never talk about such things.
Fucking kid.
Galliard, your tea should be on the way, I believe. And you see Scarlet kind of skipping towards you. Hot fucking metal kettle of tea just blasting steam off of it, and she's just hopping towards you like full speed.
Okay.
And you see people going, oh shit, and moving out of the way, and she's dropping like bits of hot tea on them, and they go, ah! Oh, fucking hell! Like that kind of shit as she walks by, and she slams it down, and there's a spout of water that comes out and evaporates in the air. Your tea, love. Now
Thank
would you
you.
like something real to drink? Not you, but you. I see you drank everything. She looks at you, Velseis.
You know, I'll have some of that piss.
Oh, the noble's piss?
Yes.
Well,
The
I've got you, dear. The noble's piss it is. Big
Thank
flagon or bigger flagon?
He'll
I'm
take a
gonna
bigger flagon.
He'll take a bigger. Oh, I'm glad when the strong man takes charge. And she
You and me both.
She goes, and you're also all getting food, right, Melanie? And Melanie goes, mm-hmm. And she just wanders off into the kitchen. And after a couple minutes of her in the kitchen, you start smelling what smells like maple and like cinnamon and cloves and the unmistakable smell of cooking ham.
I want to check out the table.
Okay.
Like inspect it. I mean, I like the surface of it, trying to find anything that stands out.
Give me an
like maybe the
investigation
underside,
check.
the rim. Let me find it real quick. Investigation. I got a 14.
With a 14, you reach around the top, and you see that the top cover on it is loose. It's just laid on top. The rich mahogany wood underneath. There's metal rivets that are holding the outside of the table together with a metal band that seems to be made of brass. And reaching down underneath, you feel around and you feel looks like a switch, like a switch.
Mm.
And Melanie, you were not stealthy about this, so Melanie goes,
Mm-mm.
"Don't pull that, dear. Trust me. You'll kill somebody, I think."
I assumed with the way we're set up in the building. We've got a very good view.
You can take a look if you like.
I'm gonna go ahead and look under the table.
Cool. You see 3 crossbows are pointed from Melanie's side of the table to 3 different entrance points in the inn. 1 towards a large window and 2 towards the front door.
So you really do call this place your home.
Yeah, when you're part of the family Pendrata, people are always after you. You just
No,
have
I
to learn to
understand.
deal with it. Why do you think we tried to move to Otha? We wanted to be normal. And
Ah, I see.
that didn't work.
What's
Speaking of
the
family, oh, go ahead. You go.
what's the deal with your family? As Galliard
Shit, what I was gonna ask. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
legit was gonna ask. What's the deal with your uncle specifically?
Yeah, he seems not very uncle-y.
As much as I hate to admit, when I first met you, you weren't the fondest person to be around, but there wasn't anything off about you. There's something off about your uncle that I can't shake.
My uncle has always been an excellent businessman, and he's always looked out for the best of the family, even if it comes at the expense of the family liking him. When my aunt died, he poured himself into his work, shall we say.
Ah,
And he was never really close with me before then, either. But he's a very wealthy businessman. He conducts trade across the menagerie and into Taldore, and even to the wonderful continent of Ankarel, which, well, actually that's a city, the wonderful continent of Marquet, which I think you should visit. It's a beautiful place.
Now, how are you two related? Through your father, through your mother?
Through my mother.
do you mind if is she with us? Or
No.
my condolences. I understand.
Thank you. I never knew her, but thank you.
So she died at birth. Here?
Sometime around then, yes.
Is she ignoring the? Sorry.
I have a room upstairs. It's ours.
It's what?
It's ours. Upstairs, my room. We own it. In fact, technically, this bar is part of Pendrata's trade empire, but they don't really know that.
Well, you know, since we're getting personal here, what... Do you mind going into detail on why you were born here? Do you just happen... Your mother just happened to be here?
Comes into it.
It's just your uncle brought it up as a form to attack you very slyly, I guess.
Very petty.
Exactly. And, you know, that's...
This
the
drink is
first
good.
condition.
We should get more.
You want to get her another drink, Velseis?
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and saunter away and go find Scarlet.
I'd rather not say, Galliard. There's only so much I know, to be honest.
About your mother?
According to my uncle, I was here, and we went to the manor for some time, and then we went somewhere else, and then she was gone.
How old were you when you last saw her?
I don't know.
It's tragic.
Oh, you're back. Velseis. Thank you for bringing the
I
drink.
fucking love when you do that. That cracks me up all the time.
Wonderful. Here,
Just
I'll
slap it
take
down.
that, darling. And at this point, Scarlet comes around with 3 heaping plates of what looks like ham steak that has been maple glazed and cooked in beautiful spices over an open oven, with mashed potatoes and assorted vegetables. And she comes out and slides them to each of you. Big plate of food. Here you go, loves. I didn't make it. The chef did. He's back there. But you can compliment me, and I will not convey those compliments to him.
Does
Oh,
the food look normal?
Good.
Give
Smart.
me a survival check, medicine check, nature check. You're choosing.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. And then you said survival? Stand it off. Let's do so. Okay. It's a nat 1.
Great. With a nat 1, it looks like if Cracker Barrel knew what spices were and was not Cracker Barrel, then they would have made this. It looks like good eating. Good, hearty, probably not a good tropical fare. Definitely something that nobles would eat kind of deal, but in this establishment. Looks good. Smells good, too.
Well, Scarlet, I don't know about complimenting the chefs, but you, that's
Oh.
easy.
My goodness.
And I'm gonna push the food away from me.
My good. I'll eat it. And she just starts fucking chowing down, standing at the table.
No, please, Scarlet. I'm just gonna gesture toward next to me.
Ooh, and she takes a seat.
Oh, yo.
She sits down, she
Yeah.
just starts eating, ignores you completely. She's just eating.
That's fine. But no, Melanie, no, your father, or excuse me, your uncle, Arlo. You don't know him very well, is that correct?
I grew up with him. I know him as well as I know anyone, honestly. He's my uncle. We sat at the same dinner table, just rather distant from each other.
20 feet away. Long table.
How did you guess?
It's,
She drinks.
I can't. How did you, asshole?
Oh, she's eating too. She's eating as well.
Melanie, that's why we love you. You're lovely.
Wow, we really don't know each other that well, but I appreciate the confidence, dear. And she's eating, and she looks
That's
over at
okay.
you, Galliard, and she goes, I know why that one's not eating, but why not you?
When was the last time we ate? Is it just
The
like-
last time you ate was probably early this morning as you were breaking camp to come to Port Damali on the last day of
Yeah.
travel. So probably, honestly, like 13, 14 hours probably, or more.
I'm gonna eat.
Okay, great.
We'll just-
It's delicious. It's everything you could want, from cooked ham, roasted potatoes that were then turned into a mashed potato dish, and steamed veggies of a bunch of different
hungry right now.
earthy varieties. It's
For
really
real.
it's really good. It's really good.
Bad.
Yeah. I would say if you're not hurt, but if you were, you would heal a couple points of health. Like, it's good. Yeah.
It's really good. Brings life back to you.
Oh, and the tea it's like a chai. It's earthy, rooty, full-bodied, very flavorful. No caffeine, but just the nice richness of a deep, dark tea. that you ordered.
So, Melanie, you mentioned you've gone to the Spring Gala or the Gala of Spring
Yes,
quite often.
many times, ever since I was 16, darling.
Did you go to the one last year?
No, we were in the middle of moving to Otha, preparing that.
What about the one before?
Yes, I did.
So there's a good chance that there's the very likelihood that you might have ran into the Dryad.
Perhaps.
Could you recognize her or no?
Maybe. There was this beautiful elven woman there. Red hair, green dress. She had like a cape. It seemed to be made with all the colors of autumn. She commanded the room when she entered. She was gorgeous. But I never met her. I was just awestruck by her.
Were you able to see at least some sort of interaction between her and your uncle then?
Oh yes, she met all of the noble family's heads. I'll
I
let
use
you
my-
in on a secret. And she kind of leans over. The city is ruled by the noble families and the wealthy, but they don't really do actual business with each other until the Gala of the Springs. When in that informal
conduct
environment
business.
where the poor aren't really there, they can be a little more blunt with each other, shall we say. It's a bunch of snooty assholes all having a fun time together.
Oh, we should feel.
The racist ones, I understand.
Some of them, yes.
Can I use my knowledge of a past life to get like a sense that I recognize the Dryad?
We saw the
Oh, yeah.
picture, right? Like a drawing in the book at the thing of Lazarus.
Yes, in the histories of Lathros, you saw a illusory image that resembled the form of the captain, but not necessarily the captain's face. I think if you want to
Okay.
burn that ability for the day,
Yeah, I'll burn one of them.
yeah, you can. You pull features sharp elven ears, sharper than most elven ears you've seen. Definitely sharper than your ears. Almond eyes, like wide as chestnuts, big eyes. Bronze skin, dark, dirty brunette blonde hair, like a mixture of the between, almost like bark.
Okay, so I actually got a recognition
You'd
here.
probably be able to put two and two together if you saw the face.
Okay. Almond eyes, and then can I get the description just real quick? Almond eyes.
Almond eyes, bronze skin, extremely
And
sharp elven ears,
Ears.
deep chestnut brown hair that flows back and is pulled back down past the shoulders.
Chestnut brown hair. Thank you.
And that's what you've got. That's what you got with that.
I'm going to kind of slightly just tap on the table or 1, 2, 3, all right, and look at Galliard and say, I'm feeling a little under the weather. I'm going to go fetch our our Kenku friend. And I try to kind of like bump up on Scarlet to leave to make like a a cacophony.
I'm in the middle of eating here, dear. Can you go the other way?
Okay.
You would have to
try
go through
slide.
everybody.
I'm gonna try to go under the table.
I'm fucking with you.
through
Come on.
through-
And she gets up and out, and she just has the plate and is eating it, and she walks into the back.
You ruined all the fun, Scarlet. And I'm gonna walk out the door.
Okay. Let me ask this question. Dagger,
So I was gonna go meet him at the Pendrata Manor because I think that's where we
Yes.
agreed to meet.
Dagger, did you tell Velseis where you were going at all, or that you were going to meet with them at the Pendrata Manor?
You know, I think we did make plans to meet up.
I think
Okay.
we definitely said before he left that we're going to be at the Pedrana Manor. And
Okay.
because
Yeah.
We assume that because he's been here, he would know.
He
where
knows
it's
his
at.
way.
Yes.
So
And therefore, my choices in that last scene with my dad, I knowingly was not falling in line with what we had planned.
Okay, cool.
Not like to like disregard the group or anything, but because that's how family oriented I am.
Yep.
Your priorities. I get
You've
that.
got stuff going on?
Yeah.
I feel you. So, Velseis, you're
That's
going
kind
to
of
head...
what that decision was on from my point of view. Because I did remember that where I was supposed to meet up with you guys. So I didn't, like, forget about you.
So, Velseis, you're going to head to the Pendrata Manor?
Velseis doesn't know anything, so he's
Okay.
heading to the
Okay.
Pendrata Manor.
Okay. D&D, bro. It happens. Galliard, Velseis gets up and leaves. And Melanie just kind of watches him go and goes, he is an odd one, isn't he?
He is, but he's proven himself very useful and trustworthy.
Oh, yes, that spear is quite immaculate. Weird, really, the whole making it just appear thing. It's a bit odd.
He's kind of sweet, if I'm being honest.
Wow, yes. I mean, yours you have to carry around everywhere. I mean, even right now, it's leaning up against the table.
Hey, Shane, talking about the glaive. Sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I'm talking about the glaive, Velseis, not his penis.
It's kind of hard to look around something so big constantly. I know.
She goes, oh God, by all the divines, let's not go there, dear. Well, the night has fallen. We've had our conversation. Would you like a room? I'll pay for it.
Yes, we should probably get some for the other two as well.
You don't all
Yeah,
want to stay together?
Oh, yeah, that actually works.
You
Doesn't
can,
matter.
you cannot, whatever you want.
It's-
Darling, money is not a problem.
It's only one night, so I'm not really
Sure.
stressing.
The wonderful, luxurious room for you, and then they have to share one. How about that?
I'm not gonna say no to that.
Ooh, I love that. All right. Scarlet, dear. And Scarlet bounces back. Yes, love. Scarlet, dear, if I could have my room... Oh, you can't deny it to me. I'm the only one with a key. Wonderful. Also, if you could let him have the room across from me up there on the 3rd floor. We are actually staying on the bottom of the ship, Galliard. It's kind of interesting. And, give them... How mean should we be?
What Dagger did upset me very recently. But that is not Velseis' fault. So, let's say, you know what? You know the place. You've met them. You should make the decision on your own. But I'll support you 100%.
All right, make the DM make all the choices. I see how it is. Give them a room on the 2nd floor. Not too good, not too bad, whatever. But they have to stay together and make it a bunk bed.
Or you could just make it one big bed. That'd be kind of
Ooh, make it one big bed. That's even better. But not a king, a queen. They still have to touch. And she slaps a few gold on the table. And Scarlet bounces off and she comes back with a silver key for you. And she just puts it in your hand. And she comes back with a pewter key for Velseis and Galliard, and she gives it to you as well to hold on to.
Okay.
Would you like to be taken up to your room, dear?
Yes, actually.
Before we go, how is the food?
Oh, delicious.
Wonderful. Chef, you didn't kill anybody. Come on, dear. And you hear from the kitchen, it's good. Like a deep, weird laughter. And she takes you to these spiral stairs that seem to be built right next to the opening in the roof. And they spiral up to the opening, and there's a balcony center circle, and then there's another spiral that goes up the other way on the other side that leads to the 3rd floor. She just takes you straight up, and as you're on the 2nd floor, she points at a door, and she goes, that one's your friend's room. Now come with me. And the door has a 3 on it. A metal plate with the number 3.
Yeah.
Come right up. All right, and here's the suites. These are nice. The captain's quarters there is our lovely Melanie's. There you go, dear. You know where you live. Shut up, bitch. Get in there. And Melanie's like, you're a bitch, dear. See you. And she just kind of goes into her room. Galliard, if you need to talk or anything, I'm here. She walks inside. And Scarlet takes you towards what would be the front of the ship if it wasn't upside down ruin from 100 years ago. Or 30 years ago, something like that. I can't remember what I said. Near the founding of the city, so a while ago.
Yeah.
And she goes, right through here. This is technically the lower deck of the front of the ship, but we've converted it into a fine room. For you.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll be more than enough room.
Great. You open it up, and it is a triangular room with sagging out triangles at the back because of the shape of the ship. Almost like a pointer arrow, kind of. There is a large queen bed in the center of the room. There are bookshelves on either side filled with books. There's a wooden chest in the center of the room that is open with a little key next to it for your use if you need. There's a sitting stool with a table and what looks like a candelabra with 6 different candle spots. None of the candles are lit if you wanted to have meals here. A wool rug of a deep ruby. It's a well-kept room. There's hanging lanterns, and she looks at them and she goes, if you light them, they're full of oil, and they'll stay up all night if you want. So here's your room. I hope you enjoy it. If you need anything, just come right on down. Ignore Chef, he's a little scary, but welcome. Welcome to the Skyship's end.
Thank you. Yeah, I want to shut the door, and I kind of want to scan the room.
Okay.
To see if I see anything. Like, physically, just view.
Give me a perception check.
It is a 15.
Great. With the 15, you look around, and as far as you can see, this is just a hotel room.
Do I get the sense that I am alone?
You get the sense that there's nobody here with you. You have 2 windows, one on either side. They're both closed. And they look like ship latches, like you would open them outwards.
Mm-hmm. I want to kneel at the center of the room, like an opening.
Okay.
And then I want to grab my pendant again.
Okay.
And I want to ask, or just say, we need to talk.
Great. Do you offer anything for this conversation to happen?
Oh, that's right. What I do last time? Didn't I cut my hand or something like that?
Yes.
I forget.
You hurt yourself.
Yeah. Same thing.
Cool.
Just.
You take a point of damage.
Shit. Goddamn. Damage dealt.
And the room seems to dim as your vision seems to cloud. And you feel fiery hot fingertips dance up over your shoulders on either side. And you hear in your ear, my boy, speaking to me again so soon.
Our last conversation didn't go as good as I'm sure we both hoped. Obviously, I had learned some new information that clouded my better judgment.
Yes.
So, apologies on my behalf.
Mean it. And the fingers dig into your shoulders, and you take a point of fire damage.
Like I said, apologies on my behalf, but we got a bigger problem to deal with.
A problem? What
problem.
kind of problem? And you hear each other word seems to be entering into left and right ear.
Oh, that's lit. We're set to meet the Dryad in a few days. I don't know what she looks like, nor do I know what to expect.
Look for the stuck-up bitch that thinks she can defy the gods.
So it's quite personal with you then.
Oh, my hatred for mortals. And the fingers dig into your fucking shoulders again. And you take another point of damage. Is beyond speaking. It is all that I am, my servant. What?
You mentioned chains last time.
Yes.
Well, I so happened to have a conversation with one of my allies, as I'm sure you've been watching.
Yes.
He also brought up chains.
Did
Coincidence
he know?
or not?
What did he say?
That he was also tasked to break some chains and vice versa, and he also is looking to deal with the Dryad himself.
Use him.
What do you think of my allies?
The one's magic is different, not a gift of my giving. Something from somewhere else. No deity has touched him. And the other has hatred in his heart. But I do not know if he has vengeance. And I need vengeance to fester, to grow. I need the cruelty of his hatred for the failings of his own past to make him mine. Perhaps this is something you can do for me. And you feel the grip very gently lighten. It still hurts, but not as badly. My dear servant.
He doesn't seem too bad. I don't know if he would do you any good.
In the long run, none of you do me any good. You are my tool. But you contain a tool that I want you to break for me.
So, deal with the Dryad.
Yes.
And then what after?
Break all the chains. Burn with the fires of vengeance. Revenge for your wife. For your son. That is why you came to me, is it not?
The chains aren't leading me to revenge. You were supposed to do that and it hasn't happened yet. How long's it been?
Dear child, I am eternal. Your time is nothing to me. And if you have not completed your tasks when you die, I will return you to this material plane until you have.
That's bars, bro. That could be fucking scary.
You feel a pressure on your forehead. And you feel as one of your horns starts growing a little longer. But you might not return as a dragonborn.
I guess we'll cross that bridge if it comes to it. But I don't expect to die before I see my son again.
Good. I don't want
4
you
chains.
to. 4 chains.
The Dryad being one of them.
Yes.
What of the other 3?
One is powerful, but not in person, in who they know. Another is powerful in the moon's shadow. And the third the DM has forgotten about and will have to look up in his notes. 1 second.
You said one is powerful in the moon shadow. Okay.
Yes. And one of the chains you have felt bite burnt a village in the middle of the night. Your son they took, your wife they skewered, and now you look in the darkness.
One of the chains was a part of the raid that killed my family.
A bleeding eye upon a black shield. One of the
Why lead me to
chains.
the Dryad first?
She's the closest. One at a time.
As
And
far as
she
the
will
Dryad,
lead you to the others. If you
As far-
torture her.
Oh shit. As far as the Dryad, you mentioned every other one being powerful
Yes,
in specific ways. How is she powerful?
you've seen it. The ability to bastardize the transformations of nature. To convert in an otherworldly fashion. She insults the creation of my kindred. I like her for this, but she must be broken. That is enough information for now, but I have a closer task for you to complete. In your chest, you hold a cleaver.
Yes.
Forged in darkness, as a servant of the Lord of Strife, it is a tool of my enemy. Break it, and make it a weapon of mine.
How do I do that?
Figure it out. And he slams your head down to the ground, and as you pull your head back up, the light is normal, and you are back in the tavern.
Cool.
And with that, we're going to go back to Dagger.
I'm so ready.
Dagger. Night has fallen in the peasant square, which you are more than familiar with, as this is where
Perfect timing.
Vesper definitely told you how to pick a few pockets back in the day when you were a little younger, so only a few years ago. The square is square in shape, surrounded on almost all sides by numerous different buildings. You know, most of these are small homes. There's occasionally some illegal shops there, but the Zalezo don't really patrol the tumble downs, as you know. And you see the occasional group of people moving back and forth in the night. And you see the dark alleyway where you know certain deals have been done.
I choose to walk around the square sneakily, pickpocketing people for money, of course, and I also am keeping an eye on the store fronts to see if they have anything to set up camp. All the while, I'm keeping an eye out for... Shit, what was her name? Tyra? Tyra.
Okay. Give me a stealth check to start off with, and then a perception check to follow. And this is your home turf, so with advantage for the stealth check.
Fuck yeah. Okay, stealth check is 19.
Great. As far as you're aware, you are the shadows.
Fuck yeah.
Give me a
You said
perception check.
perception?
Yeah.
With advantage?
No. It's
Okay.
dark.
8.
Cool.
It's dark.
You see a few people. You see some dark alleyways that disappear into blackness. The storefronts, illegal or not, seem to be closed, except for one, which looks to be a coffee shop that has about 3 or 4 people inside it, very dimly lit by hanging lanterns above. You can smell the smell of roasting beans. You smell from some of the various chimneys of the small houses around the occasional smell of people making meals at night, that kind of thing, to feed their families. And that's about it.
Nothing to set up camp with.
Right. You see a few ladders that lead up to overhanging balconies that lead to other doorways. And you know, with a simple acrobatics check, a hop, a skip, a climb, you could be on rooftops looking down into alleyways from above. Or you can slip into the shadows of the alleyways and hope that you remain hidden.
21.
21. With ease, you find a 3-story shanty house and find yourself on the roof, looking down to the dark alleyways. The buildings are built so close to each other that it's a colossal fire hazard, but for a thief like you, it makes easy rooftop navigation. You can bounce around with ease from rooftop to rooftop, looking down any alleyway you wish.
Do I see any camping setup stuff or Tyra?
Give me another perception check from up here.
With advantage.
No, it's dark.
But I'm up. Nat 20, so it's a 22.
Beautiful. You see, in one of the alleyways, a small fire, and somebody has skewered a rat and is cooking it over the fire. You see in another alleyway, two people drinking, leaning up against the walls, and a doorway next to them, and out of that doorway stumbles another, "Oh, we should probably go home," drunken patron. And you see a third alleyway, and as you look into it, your vision ceases. It's unnaturally dark, as if something is obscuring your view. Maybe a dark-tinted, tent of some sort has been set up to cover part of the alleyway.
I go to explore that.
Great. With that acrobatics check, that stealth check, and that perception check, you quietly and quickly make your way over. And looking down, you see a dark flap of cloth has been laid and nailed into the sides of the top to prevent people from looking down, but the work wasn't done super well, and you can see down in there the familiar-looking leather shoulder pauldrons of Tyra.
I need to get a better view. I want a 360 to snoop in.
Cool. I'll give you that with all your rolls.
Okay.
Looking around, you see there's enough openings that you could drop down and be amongst them. And you see there's one opening, and it would be a shimmy down two buildings right next to each other with a building just behind you. And it would be a dark, enclosed space just behind them in the alleyway itself.
I do that.
Quietly, you shimmer down the alleyway. And looking out around the corner, you see Tyra, dwarven woman, sideburns down to her chin, blonde hair, shaved on half the side, scar over one eye, and she has what looks like a poor peasant man in front of her and two strong-armed people behind him holding him down. As she is running a very long stiletto knife against his cheek. "You haven't paid me in weeks, dear. You think food is cheap or easy to come by?" And the young peasant man goes, No, I don't. I just gotta feed me kids. I can't be giving you all that money all the time. Please, Tyra. Please." "Shh, dear. It's easy. You'll just have to do something for me, and then we'll say we're square." And one of the big strong men behind him grabs down onto his shoulder and goes, "Square." Do you doing anything?
Is Tyra wearing armor?
Tyra seems to have leather armor, and it seems to be... Give me a perception check with advantage this time.
Sure. Also, do I know how many people are in there with her on her side?
There are currently 4 people there. She's got 2 henchmen and herself, and then this poor person that is, being bullied.
Uh-huh. So, with advantage, my perception check is 4.
Great. Yeah, okay, cool. She has leather armor on.
Okay.
That's with advantage?
Okay. That's with advantage.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Otherwise, it was a 3. I'd like to sneak in there.
Okay, we're going to keep your stealth roll. So, 1 second. Wonderful. You move your way out from this small enclosed space, and you look out and you see piles of trash, a few chairs down here in the alleyway, and what looks like a makeshift countertop. And under the countertop, you see a few boxes of what looks to be powdered soot and a few of the small familiar vials as well. They're holding this guy. Go ahead.
I would just like to snag a bottle or a bag of the powder.
Okay. It's on the other side of you from them. So they're in the way. So I will let you try that if you would like. You're just going to have to roll another stealth check for me and a sleight of hand check.
Never mind.
Okay. So it looks like a makeshift shop. They have a lantern hanging overhead under the tarp, like connected to the tarp, which seems to be acting as a weight to hold the tarp down so it doesn't blow away in the wind, but also as a dim enough light for them to do business, but not bright enough to be seen easily from the alleyway or the square. And they're just holding this guy in the center, and at this point, she's running the knife along him. It's simple. Bring me someone who can do a little funny work, and we'll say your debts are paid, dear.
How close am I to Tyra?
I would say you're going to love this. You're within arm's reach.
And how far am I from our henchman?
Maybe 7 feet from them.
Excellent. I grab my dagger and I whip it around her throat and hold her down. Like, I pull her back, like, I'm standing behind her.
Okay. She's going, bring me somebody so that we can... And she's got the knife in her hand.
Put your weapons down. I'm looking at the henchman.
Great. Make an intimidation check with advantage.
$22.
Beautiful.
Not a nat 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. They pull the hands off of the guy and they back up, and one of them drops a wooden cudgel onto the ground, and Tyra drops the stiletto blade onto the ground right next to her feet. And she's got her hands up, and you've got the blade right here.
Excellent. I look at each of her henchmen and I say, leave.
Again, give me another intimidation check with advantage.
Okay.
Actually, stand by. What was the roll for the first one?
It was 22. I just got a 25 with advantage.
Cool.
Without advantage, I got a 19.
It doesn't matter. They both rolled and would have failed anyway. Great. They go, yeah. Okay. And you get the feeling that they still don't see you. They just see a blade up against their boss's neck.
Excellent.
And they both, yeah, whatever, man. And they both run off. And the poor guy's like, me too.
Yes, get out of here.
Okay. Okay. And he's gonna try to grab the stiletto knife. Do you let him?
No, I throw my dagger at him and hit him in the foot if I can.
Make an attack roll.
Okay.
Targeted attack roll. You want to hit him in the foot?
I would love to hit him in the foot.
Cool. So
you're in the calf. Okay,
here's the rules for that. We're gonna take a -3 to your roll, I believe, for a targeted attack. So roll a targeted attack, -3. You're in the darkness. I'm the fun DM. I'm gonna give you advantage on the attack roll. I'm the only DM you have as well, but still.
I got oh wait, shit, my bad. Ignore that roll. It was a 22. I got an 18.
You threw the crook hollow blade? Okay.
Yeah, no, I did not.
Okay. With an 18, you hit him. The blade sinks into his calf a bit, and he goes, "Oh! Okay, I'll leave." And he goes to, like, pull the blade out, and,
I recall it.
Cool. As he's reaching for the blade, it disappears from his hand, and then gouts of blood start coming out, and he limps away, goes, oh.
I say, get out.
He limps away, and he leaves.
Good.
And now you've just got Tyra. She's,
excellent.
I don't know who you are.
Do you know who I am?
I don't know who you are, but look, we can work something out. I've got gold. Look over there.
I have heard this before. You'll speak when you're spoken to.
Okay.
Do you know who I am?
She starts sweating, and you start feeling her skin go clammy in your grasp. Thomason? From the knives?
I will give you one opportunity to answer this question. Have you been selling to my father after we've spoken about this?
Dagger. Look, it's not. He came to
I
me.
slide the blade across her throat.
Cool. Give me an attack roll with advantage. Which blade?
Like the damage, or?
No, an attack roll, a 2-hit
Oh,
roll.
okay, yeah, that's correct.
With advantage. Okay.
Okay, so with advantage 10, and I'm gonna use a charge.
Okay.
It's worth it to me.
Cool. You slide the blade across her throat, and where you would expect blood to spill out, instead, decayed flesh starts to spill out, and the blood is congealed as the effect of the blade immediately enters the wound and starts necrotizing the flesh around the injury. And you don't even hear her choke as the airway has completely collapsed to where no sound can come out. And she goes limp.
Good.
Great.
Okay, without shivering, shaking, missing a beat, I head over to the Pendrata Manor.
Okay.
Well, first I'd like to pickpocket her body first.
Great, of course. Give me a investigation check.
Investigation. Sorry that was a really dark scene, you guys.
Oh, it's
That's
fucking
okay. I
metal.
loved
It was metal as fuck. Get out of here.
I got a 19 for investigation.
Great. You pull 28
These rolls
gold.
tonight, am I right?
28 gold.
Oh, fuck me. One sec.
Okay, you're good.
Where the fuck is money?
Do you want me to log it down for you, Ben?
If you would be so kind.
I got you. 28 gold.
Thank you. What else?
4 vials of sood. Liquid sood. And 2 pouches of powdered sood. And then you see there's another 5 vials in the countertop and another 2 little pouches of the powdered sood.
Fuck yeah. It's a lot of suit. I want all of it.
Cool, you take all of it.
How many bags in total?
9 vials, 4 bags.
Nice.
And how many in total combined with what I got from my dad's?
You pulled another 5 from your dad, I believe, right? Or 4?
Vials, yes.
Yeah, 4 vials.
Only
and
one bag?
One bag, right. So,
That's
yeah.
14. That's 14 vials, 5 pouches.
Yep.
Cool. Solid. Okay, yeah, now I'd like to head over to the Pendrata Manor.
Great. Cool. Awesome.
Thank you for the side quest.
We're in this wonderful dark place. Great.
Can I OC say some shit?
Yes.
If I could?
Yeah, of course.
Fucking metal scene. Metal as hell. I love the fucking duality of Dagger. That he can, fucking recall daggers from across the room.
Yeah.
But he still can fall out of a tree. Like, it's fucking
Yeah.
great. In fact, so badass. Three Stooges.
It's also a murderous switch I wasn't expecting him to
right.
do.
I think we're 2 hours in, so let this be our break point. We'll take a break.
Bet.
Okay.
So
Mars, how much money did I get? Because I found it.
Okay.
When I tried it with butter, everything changed.
Well, welcome back from our break. With that weird soundbite that's staying in the episode, on purpose, I'm assuming. Yep.
You said it has the juice. What do you want from me?
It has the juice.
The only juice I know is OJ, baby. And I'm not talking about the. Oh no,
Simpson? Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
He did it, bro.
It's quite
That's a
incriminating of you.
Hold on.
Cancel.
For the sake of us not getting sued, allegedly, okay? Allegedly.
didn't do it.
I work in the news, everybody. Okay.
Oz did it. It's Oz's glove.
Velseis. Velseis,
All
you
right.
left the tavern a good 20-25 minutes ago, and you've walked the streets of Port Damali at night. You have seen the occasional passerby, some of them looking at you oddly, others not caring at all. A lot of nobility seem to be leaving this area and then heading back towards the Crescents, which is where you're going. After a while, you make yourself to the lush palace grounds of the Manor Pendrata. Sorry, I'm digesting food, hence the pauses. You see it's 4-story tall, huge building. The gates are closed. And you notice guards on either side of the gate in green-tinted armor. And upon their breastplates, you see cut into the metal the painted symbols of a green dragon bleeding from multiple wounds. Each one of them has a spear and a shield. The shield is resting at their feet, and they hold the spear in their hand and are looking out, watching the street.
So I've got a feeling I'm going to be here for a while. Is there any? I'm not going to look around. Is there anywhere I can like lean and get comfortable?
Sure.
Wait.
You don't even have to roll. There's a few open places under some of the tropical trees that have benches, that have sitting areas, that have open lawns of well taken care of. Definitely not from this region grass that you could sit on. There's a few places you can rest your head, or just.
Does the
sit.
grass look manicured?
Yes, it looks like somebody wealthy is wasting a lot of money taking care of it.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and go to the grass and go lean against a tree.
Great.
Walk all over it.
You lean against a tree, you walk all through the well-manicured grass, leaving boot impressions in the grass behind you as you walk through. You're there, and you can just hang out. The moon, one of them, slowly begins to rise up in the night sky. It's not the big one that you're used to. It's not Catha. It's the small red one, Ruidus. And you look deep into its red, and you seem to lose yourself in it for a while. Gazing and gazing and gazing. And then you feel something, wind at your back. And you blink, and you're looking up at a ruddy red moon from atop a tower in an immense fortress, floating in the sky. A legion of soldiers at your back. And a man walks up to you and says, "Captain, we're almost on them." And you look down from the red moon, and you see a horde of creatures of darkness below you. Demons and devils of various different shapes and sizes as the city begins to descend. At this point, you blink, and you're back in Port Damali, leaning up against a tree, looking up at a red moon.
I think some things don't change. Muse out loud.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, fuck. It's not good. I don't want it. Perception. I got a 10. Right down the middle.
Cool. You do not notice Dagger entering into this open area and sneaking his way over towards you. Dagger can see you clear as day, just standing up against a tree, leaning against it. Dagger, you're able to quietly move your way up behind Velseis, and you see him leaning against a tree. No spear in sight.
I pickpocket him.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Velseis, give me another perception check.
Some ethics here.
22.
Mind you, I'm sleeping. I got a 6. Like, I'm going to be sleeping in the same room as you, by the way.
Dagger, You get the feeling that he's not mentally present right now. So you can look around in his pockets. Is there anything? What are you looking for?
I want to see what I see.
Okay.
I want to see what I see.
Does it work that way?
For your on-person gear, yes, he can just kind of look around. I'm gonna look in your inventory here.
You're good.
This is the equipment on you. You find Reddy Pete's glowy rock is in one of his pockets. You find he has a holy symbol in another pocket, an arcane focus in another pocket. He has what looks to be a small potion of a brownish red, a candle, clothes, 2 daggers, a flask of water. He has a javelin strapped over his shoulder, a small one. Another flask of liquid that seems to slosh slower than the water. A journal and some gloves on him.
Can I thumb through the journal?
Velseis, do you really have that much money?
I do.
Holy shit! Okay,
I saw
what the fuck? Okay,
I think
okay.
I think it might be calculated.
It takes the
gems.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
okay, so
might
you
be
don't
true.
actually have that much money. The journal. Can you
That's
thumb
fucking rude.
through the journal?
That's fucking rude.
You know?
Out
I'm
of,
like,
for the sake of fairness, I will give Velseis another chance to notice you with another perception check. But Dagger, you keep your roll, your sleight of hand roll
copy.
of 22.
16.
Okay. Velseis, he's going to open your journal to a random page. Do you want to tell him what he may read?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Dagger's having an active
do you guys want?
evening.
Do you want to roll for it? And I'll just grab something for my notes.
How many pages do you have written?
Shit, I have.
You have one for every day, right?
I've got a lot.
So would a D8 be good?
More than enough.
Okay. 4. Actually, Dagger, roll that. Sorry, my bad. Dagger, roll a D8.
D4?
A D8.
2.
2. And Velseis, you don't have to read the whole page. Just pick a snippet of importance on the page. Something Dagger would go, huh.
All right, so the 13th of Undalar, the third dream. I've been to this floating city before. There was an arcane empire that was in the sky. An elven woman, blonde hair and green eyes, with a French braid. She knew my name, Alondra Windigoth. That was the only thing that came to me. She makes my wound hurt.
Damn, that's cute as fuck.
Do I, Ryan, can you remind me, DM, can you remind me, do I know that Alondra was that person in that cave?
Yes.
You would have,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
I say.
Her illusory image introduced herself to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think to myself, he hid that pretty well.
Okay.
And then I hear someone coming in the distance or like something rustling in the bushes, and I have to put the journal back in with haste.
Okay. You return the journal
Okay.
back into
It was a 2.
back into his armor.
Nice. And then that's it for me. Oh, and then I make myself known. I tap him or something.
Okay.
Holy shit, Dagger. I was, I'll be honest with you. I didn't see you there. I was really close to casting a thunderclap just to let you know I was still here.
I use Galliard's voice to say, sorry I'm a bit late. I was held up with some family matters, you could say.
Oh, I didn't realize you have family here, right?
Pause real quick. Dagger, did you clean the blood off of yourself at any point from traveling from the murder to here?
I feel like as somebody that's in the myriad and like at this level of thievery, assassinry, that's one of the first things I would do.
Okay. Velseis, make a perception check. I don't mean to interrupt your conversation. Let's just do this real quick.
No, you're good. I got a 16 again. Lucky 16s.
Cool. Dagger, make a sleight of hand check.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
22.
Jesus.
Okay, cool. Velseis, you know,
All right, Mars.
you don't notice the damp feathers from being recently cleaned on his arms. You don't notice that.
So you have family? You have family in the city? I didn't realize.
I'd rather not talk about it, but we could just say I was busy with family matters unexpectedly. I'm still using Galliard's voice.
You've missed a great deal.
What happened in the meeting?
So we talked to Lord Pendrata, Melanie's uncle, and he has conveyed that, well, you're gonna like this. 1,500 gold for a favor.
He would give us 1,500 gold up front?
Yes, if you burn the favor you have with the Pendratas. Personally, I think it's a bad deal. They're trying to pay you. If they're trying to pay you that much up front, what is it worth truly, right?
You're not wrong.
A gentle rain begins to drift in.
Here, let's.
We should get inside.
Yeah, let's head. We have a tavern nearby we're staying at, and I'm gonna start.
I'll follow your lead.
Great. Start.
And I go
heading
into
that way.
sneak.
Give me a
I
stealth
start
check.
stealthing.
Stealth check.
22. You guys can check
God
online if you
damn,
think.
bro.
You can check online if you think I'm lying.
Oh, he
No,
can't
I-
use his phone
I-
anymore.
I
He
see.
can't use his phone.
I see the log right here. It's wild. You're.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm fucking on
shit.
fire tonight.
Rogues are the shit, bro. Okay.
I'm using my
Rogues are
phone from
the
here
shit.
on out.
Well, okay, but again, I got a +6 modifier.
Yeah. Yeah. He's destined to succeed at being sneaky. That's a rogue's bread and butter. Cool.
And to pickpocket, that's a +8.
You.
And persuasion, that's another one. Intimidation's high too.
Disappear in the shadows, but Velseis, you get the feeling that he's nearby.
Well, like always, let's go. And I'm just gonna
Okay.
walk with my shadow buddy.
You walk through the rain, and this music is way too menacing for walking in the rain. That'll do. You walk through the rain back to the beaded alley.
Are there
With-
still nobility around us?
It's getting late
Or is
into the
it
night.
too late?
There are occasionally people walking around, but nowhere near the crowds that you walked through earlier in the evening as you made your way to the manor the first time. Definitely a lot less people. You notice a lot of the manors and the palisades and the smaller palaces are really lit up, and you see in the distance next to a great lake, there's a hill, and on the hill there's an immense, beautiful manor with what looks like a bronze or golden roof and small pirouetting towers on all the sides. Lit up. All of the lights are lit. And an immense garden flowing down the hill down to the tops of other manors is well kept with what looks like its own personal roadway leading up to it with lanterns lighting it. Dagger, you see this too. You know that this is the palace of the Marquis of the city.
It's familiar. I would want to check my notes at this time.
The ruler of Port Damali governs and lives in that manor. It is the largest estate in the city, and one of the largest estates in the entirety of the Menagerie Coast.
What's
Do I
his
see
last
how
name?
guarded it
Or
is?
their last name again? I'm sorry.
The ruling family of Port Damali?
Yeah.
I've got it for you because you have that in the journal. Let me see this here. Let me just access the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. The family Lapidus are the heads of Port Damali. Lapidus.
And then I would like to OC to both of you guys that we did receive we saw a letter saying that
You found a journal.
they were from the journal that they were implementing a new shipment of slaves in that household as well. So,
Okay, so I don't recognize the manor, but Dagger does.
Dagger does.
Do I see how guarded it is?
Give me a perception check.
Thank you.
I'll say it's well lit enough that it's not with disadvantage.
Perception?
Yes, perception.
Fuck.
To his family.
Never mind.
Rivali, or what did you call it?
The family Lapidus
Lapidus.
are the ruling family of Port Damali.
I got a 9.
Okay, with a 9, you do occasionally see you aren't able to make out details, but you see the golden armor of what you know as the Golden Chain Mercenary Company.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And then on the outsides of the estate, you see the telltale billowing pants, sharpened scimitars, floppy hats, and light tropical gear of the Zalezo, the army for the Menagerie Coast.
Okay. That answers that question for me then.
You
Continue
also
on,
know, to answer your other question that you haven't asked, that the Marquis estate is a marked no-go zone. It is completely off limits.
please. Okay, yeah, thank you for clarifying that.
Yep.
So all of that, I rest my case. You can please continue.
Oh, and for you, this is fun. You notice, Doug, you don't have to roll for this. Before you all leave the Manor Pendrata, carved into the stone near one of the gates, you see a Thieves Cant symbol, and it says permissible first and second floor.
I say, guys, follow me, and I just start walking that way. I make myself like visible again. I say, guys, follow me, and I start walking that way.
Okay, you're only with Velseis.
Velseis, follow me. And we start walking that way.
Velseis, he appears out of the shadows and then turns around and starts walking right back to the Manor of Pendrata.
Oh. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead
I love it.
I'm gonna have to go after him. Why did I have to track the Kenku?
Dagger, there are two guards in front. You recognize them. They're the Verdant Worm Mercenary Company. You know they work directly for Lord Pendrata and his family. They're dangerous and ruthless. There are two guards at the front gate. You see there are occasionally lights on the third and fourth floor. There's one light on the first floor in what looks to be behind the big entry doorway. Maybe the foyer is lit. Other than that, you don't see any other lights on. All the windows seem to be closed, and you do, as you watch for a little bit, see what look like two-man guard patrols walking across the grounds.
Okay, question for DM.
Yes.
If that sign says permissible to us myriad peeps, the guards still won't like me.
No.
Okay. The guards would like me less.
That is a myriad sign that says the myriad will allow you to sell goods that you may procure from the first and second floors of this manor if you can somehow sneak in and steal from them. It does not mean that the manor's like, please come in, take our shit.
The manor of the Marquis?
No, not the Marquis. This is the manor of the Pendrata family.
Oh, I see. Okay, then can I rewind and not start working that way?
We'll say you look at the sign, you survey everything I just told you, and you just save that in your memory banks for later.
Copy.
Cool?
Thank you.
Great. So do you continue on following Velseis back?
Yes.
Great. So Velseis, he turned around. He did a very deliberate visual scan. You watched his head moving as he looked around the whole property. And then he turned right back around, walked past you, and went into the shadows again.
I'm sure this would be his fucking family too. Now I'm just gonna keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back the way we were going.
Okay. You retrace your steps, which you've retraced already. And you make your way back until walking out of the crescents, you enter the beaded alley full of shops, stores, beautiful different rooftops of different colors. And you find the turned over skyship that marks the roof of the Skyship's End. Warm light is on the inside. The rain is falling. You hear thunder over the Lucidian Ocean. And looking back out, what little bits of the ports you can see, the masts have all been drawn up and tied off. for all the ships. A storm is coming in.
Dagger, let's go get our rooms. And I'm gonna just make my way towards the bar and looking for Scarlet.
Great. Let's rewind and go back to Galliard real quick.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. As you enter in, we're going to go back in time.
Gotcha.
Galliard, you hear on your door. This is shortly after your conversation with your patron.
Open it. I don't even ask who's there. I just open it.
She's wearing a fine, more comfortable dress now instead of the travel wear that she was wearing earlier. And she has a bottle of the richest looking red wine you've ever seen in your life. Probably a year's worth pay just for a bottle. And she has 2 glasses. And she says, would you care to join me? We can have a more intimate conversation. As Melanie stands there in front of you.
I don't see why not.
All right. Let's change some music. Great. She leads you back onto the other side of the 3rd floor, past the opening in the floor, to the great double doors of what are called the captain's quarters. Her personal suite here at the Skyship's end. And as she opens the door, it reveals a living room area with an ascended bedroom area. And the living room by itself would be bigger than the entirety of the house you had in your village in Draconia.
Jesus, okay.
With another illegal fireplace in the very center of the room, made of what looks like treated steel, with a pipe that flows up and out of the top of the double doors and attaches to the stone fireplace that leads up out of the center of the building, so she can have her personal fire. She's got wooden benches with comfortable pillows laid out on them around the fire. She has her own personal library that seems to have been recently dusted, as there's a pile of dust on the floor and a feather duster placed on one of the bookshelves. She's got multiple dressers, and she has an open closet assembly near the large king-size bed on the raised bedroom platform, with various different clothes and what looks like different armor and what looks like, give me a perception check.
Oh. The rolls are not with me today. That's a 6, baby.
I'll give you a few things with the 6. With the 6, you see the travel wear that she had has been laid out and seems to be put into a basket that will be taken downstairs to be cleaned by the staff at some point. You also see dark, thick leather robes with fur inlining in places that you recognize would muffle the sounds of movement hung on one of the panels over there on the side, on the right-hand side. You're right. You also see it's a chest of drawers at the foot of the bed, as tall as the bed is, but laid out on top are knives of every different shape and size you can think of, about 20 of them. All laid out almost celebratorily to show them off. And she walks in, and she takes a seat on one of the benches with the pillows. There's a small drinking table between the 2 benches just in front of the fire. She puts the glasses down and pours the red wine in them and motions to the other bench opposite her.
I sit.
Okay. She hands you a glass of wine. It's half filled, so as not to get drunk, but more as in to enjoy your time.
Yeah.
So,
I take a
Galliard,
sip.
it is rich, full-bodied, and very buttery. It tastes like this will only matter to me and you. And Ben. I think Ben was there. I don't know. Do you remember when we went to LA and we hung out with Brandon and we went to that nice restaurant and we had that bottle of butter red wine, and it was some of the best red wine we've ever had in our life?
Yeah.
It's that.
Okay.
It's that.
Bad.
And she goes, so Galliard, we don't know much about each other. You know, I'm Melanie Pendrata, I am one of the heiresses of a great, powerful family, and I know that you are a strong, tall, dragonborn warrior that can cleave a man in two with that glaive, which I don't know why you brought it in here, but sure, protect yourself, whatever you need. Tell me about yourself. Who are you?
Who am I? Well, as you know, I'm a warrior at heart, and it's, kind of hard not to put that aside, hence why I still keep the glaive with me no matter where I go. But that's really all I am. I'm just a hired gun.
I see that you're a Revenite. She takes a sip of wine. We had dealings with Draconia, my uncle did, before the fall, and when Draconia was felled by the White Dragon, we lost a good deal of our sharings and our family fell into a hard time, according to my uncle at least. Were you there when the city fell?
The fallen city of Draconia?
Mm-hmm.
Was I there? I don't know.
You're old enough that you could have been.
Okay.
Well, I will say this. As a Revenite, you have probably tasted the bite of chains and felt the heat of a whip at some point. Unless you specifically wish not to have.
No, I want to have.
Okay.
So yeah. Yes, I was there. Only for a brief time.
The dragon flew along the Menagerie coast on its way to Draconia. My uncle says he saw it fly by and that the wind grew chill with each beat of its wings. What did you see? I've never seen a dragon.
I haven't thought about that time in many years. It's almost like it didn't happen. The only thing that comes to mind is just destruction, death, but also freedom at the same time.
Freedom. What a strange beauty to see freedom in the collapse of the last flying city. I'm glad that they got what they deserved, and that you got what you deserved out of it.
Say that. Now, I don't want to delve too much in your past, but, your family is a part of you. And I take a drink, a little sip.
She drinks as well.
I'm going to just be very upfront here. How well, or I should say, how much do you trust your uncle? And this is just between you and I.
She finishes the glass.
Oh, shit. Okay. I do the same thing to show her that I'm with you.
Okay. She refills. You're halfway through the bottle now. And she passes you your glass back. It's a little more full than last time. She sips and she says, I trust my uncle as much as one trusts all that they've ever known. He is all I've ever known. He was my father, he was my mother. He raised me. Well, and Arthur, I guess. I trust him that much.
Would you say you trusted him before all of this happened? Look, there's a very good chance that he knew exactly what was going on with your sister and with yourself. There's also a very good chance that come to this gala, it may be some sort of ambush or something of the sort.
Follow me. And she gets up and she glides back to the bedchamber area and runs her fingers along the knives. Do you see these? Pick them up. Look at one.
You said that there's like a bunch of knives with different shapes and sizes?
There's 21 different knives. Each one seems to be of a different make. All laid out as a display, every blade pointed towards the bed.
Pick up a random one.
You pick it up. It's light. Seems to be of dwarven make. Stone hilt. Bronze blade. Angular sharp point. The blade is rusting. In a pattern of blood. Rusting blood as well. Each one of these knives was somebody that was sent to kill me. As you can see, their own blades did my work for me, but I told my uncle, and he never knew who was doing it. He just said any of the noble families could want your head. I trust my uncle. I love my uncle, but you are right. There is something about him that he has not told even me. He told my sister, and that is why we moved to Otha. She insisted.
What did she, or what did he tell your sister? Do you know?
She never said. And I guess she can't know. So no, I do not know. At this time you hear the rain and thunder begin to pick up outside.
The Dryad brings power. And the Dryad is dangerous. So
Yes.
it's either he's holding something over him to keep the control, or he's using her for control. Which one do you think is more likely?
My uncle is a very shrewd man. Very smart, very articulate. I'm assuming you took that from the small meeting you had with him. He gets his way. He always has. When he made the Verdant Guard, the Verdant Worm, within 2 weeks, 3 other mercenary companies ceased to be. My uncle did that. I cannot see him being used.
Unfortunately, there's bigger forces, stronger forces at work that is it's unfathomable between both of us. She's extremely powerful. So it wouldn't surprise me if she does pull one over your uncle.
It would have to be deceit. It would have to be a lie. It would have to be something that he wants to believe for him to be used. He would never hurt us.
What would you do if it wasn't deceit, and if it was something that he needed to do to get what he wanted?
If it was for the good of the family, for the good of the company, for the good of the city, I would ask why he wouldn't let me help.
With your sister's death and with your own kidnapping?
If he's involved in that, I'll skin him. My sister was my everything. And for the first time, you see tears well in her eyes. And she starts softly crying. And she turns away from you embarrassed, and you see her, shakily drink the rest of the cup of wine.
I'm gonna go and, touch her on the shoulder, and...
She goes...
I, myself, have lost family, so I know how difficult that can be. It doesn't get easier.
No, it doesn't.
But as long as we do right by them, it's the only thing that matters. So I'm asking you, I will protect you and I will be on your side, but you have to be willing to do something that you might regret later on regarding your uncle, if it does come down to this. I'm telling you this now to prepare for whatever could happen, and it doesn't come as a surprise.
If it means avenging my sister, I'll do anything. She kisses you on the cheek. And she puts a hand on your chest and she says, "Thank you. I will get some rest now."
I chugged the wine, and I set it down. Have a good night. I'm gonna.
You
go
can
find
take the other half of the bottle. As you.
It seems like it's in better hands with you. It's too rich for my taste. Okay. And I head out.
She closes the doors behind you. At this time, you hear clink, and the sound of rain outside grows louder, and you pick up the leather boots and the taloned claws of your companions entering the tavern below.
Cool. I'll walk down.
Can I just say, great fucking scenes tonight, bro. Holy shit.
Oh, for
All
sure,
right,
bro. This is fucking lit. Dude,
okay.
Lit. The storytelling is peak right now, bro. We're just going for it.
All right. Enough sucking our own dicks. Cool. Velseis, Dagger. You've entered into the Roarest Tavern. The sound of music picks up as a bard gets up onto the little makeshift stage and starts singing about the most heinous shit you've ever heard. It's raunchy and rough.
Can you give us a taste?
Yeah. You see a halfling. Sorry, you see a gnome with a purple beret and billowing pants, dressed way too well, with a beautiful, resplendent rapier blade at the side, and a lute. And he starts playing, and you start hearing him sing about pulling on beads. Raunchy stuff like that. He's got beautiful tan skin, a chiseled face. He's very attractive. Pull on my motherfucking beads.
Okay, so Dagger's gonna come along with me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. Scarlet, I was hoping to get the key to my room.
Yes, dear. Oh, well, I gave your key to your big dragon friend. He's upstairs in his room. And she kind of looks up, and she looks through the hole in the opening. And Galliard, it's up to you. Are you there looking down, or are you not in sight?
I want to look up with her.
As soon as I heard the sound of their feet or whatever, I make my way downstairs. So I was walking down here.
As you both look up, you see him coming down the spiral staircase now to the first floor. Just as the gnomish bard strums on the lute, and it sounds almost like an electric guitar, and he goes, "My motherfucking beads! Yeah, thanks, Damali. Tips are welcome."
I'm gonna lean into Scarlet. Like, is he here all the time? That one, the bar.
Oh, him. She blushes. No, he's been here for 3 days. I've heard he's one of those adventurer types. And let me tell you, he's been a little adventurous with me.
You don't say.
Oh, darling. Absolutely life-changing. Hi! And she waves over, and you see the bard take his beret and wave, bow, and he goes, "Hey, Sarah? Soren? Scarlet! Hey, Scarlet!"
The beads, those are metaphorical, right? For us?
Oh, no, dear.
Oh, that's Galliard.
Oh, hi, Galliard. Welcome back.
Been a pleasure.
Well, it looks like you found him, and then we look at Dagger, and then I kind of motion him to be like, follow me. And I kind of I want to lead him to the table we were sitting at earlier, right, where it's kind of away from everybody. And
To Melanie's table, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you lead them over. You all can take a seat. Dagger's with you. He's looking around pensively, scanning the room.
I'm gonna sit in Melanie's spot where I'm near the trigger. So.
Okay. Okay. Yep. That's noted. You're sitting there. You reach a hand under, and you can feel one of the crossbows is missing. But two of them are there.
Oh fuck.
How do you feel about tomorrow?
Hey, Galliard. One of the crossbows are under the table.
One of
Somebody's taken. I look duressed.
Wait, hold on. There's a crossbow missing from the bottom. Is that what you said?
Yes, there's 3 crossbows. One is gone. We have
Holy,
2.
what the fuck? All right, that caught me off guard. We have to check on our homegirl. We have to go check on Melanie, right?
Okay.
And then I just fucking lead the way.
Okay.
Up.
We're gonna
Sprint
surge out of
loud,
the table.
running up there.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking just.
Okay.
We're gonna send it.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself as I'm going.
Okay. Good. Cool. Your AC has gone up to 13.
Thank you. Yes.
Galliard, you're taking the lead.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. You guys run up both sets of stairs to the double doors and locked.
Cool. I want to kick that shit down.
Great. Give me an athletics check.
That's great.
That is a 20.
You kick both the doors in. They open the way they're not supposed to, and one of them comes off the hinge. And as you move into the room, right next to your ear, a crossbow bolt. And you see Melanie on the bed holding the crossbow just fired right at your head. What are you doing?
Well, it's good to see you're safe.
She loads a bolt.
I
Yes.
Explain, Dagger or Velseis.
think she likes you more, Galli.
So,
Could you pick up the door, please, Galli?
Velseis has told me that there was a crossbow missing, so we automatically assume that you might be in danger.
And she's got like, a hand crossbow in her hand, one that could fit under the table. She goes, yeah, I took it with me to my room to protect myself from the... And she points at the knives. You never know.
I'm looking... I don't understand the...
Which one of you is getting shot? This pissed me off.
Well,
Ding.
The bird.
She
The bird. I said the bird.
2. Velseis.
The bird.
Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it's
Cool.
to the mage armor.
Right into your arm. Just a small crossbow bolt about that big goes right into your arm. And you take a point of damage.
Do I feel pain? I never asked.
Yes, it's muted, but you do feel it.
that's sick, bro. That's cool.
That's fair. I'm gonna just look at it. And
Out of my room.
that's
Our apologies.
This one's on me. This one's on me.
Paying for the door.
Velseis will pay for the door. You are right.
Velseis will pay for the door. Yes. Leave, please.
We'll see you in the morning.
Galliard,
Yes. Good night.
Let's
Can you
go.
move the door?
No,
pick up the door.
get the fuck out of my room.
I want
She
to
loads,
grab.
she loads another bolt.
I'll
Out!
leave.
All right, yeah, we're leaving. I want to lead the way to. Okay, follow me. Let me take both of you to your room so we could just move past this.
Okay.
We'll just talk in the morning.
As you're going out, she comes out onto the balcony and yells down. She goes, Chef, come up here and reinstall this door. And you hear, ooh, okay. And you see an ogre
I was wondering
come
what
out
it
of the
is.
kitchen and start going up the stairs, and the weight of the stairs are creaking like they're almost about to break as he goes up. And he's too wide for you guys to pass each other on the stairs. So he comes up to the floor, the bottom of the 3rd floor. As you're coming down, he goes, "Do I move, or do you move?" As he's blocking you
respectfully.
Okay. And he goes up, and you hear the sound of a very heavy figure picking up a door easily and slamming it back in place. And then you hear the of nails.
I don't think she likes me, Galliard.
Yeah, well, I mean,
don't.
We did kick down her door for no reason.
You did. You kicked down the door. I just pointed out the crossbow was missing.
I mean, you're gonna just not. Were you not thinking the same thing?
Why don't we just? She can hear us.
Yeah, let's talk in your room.
Where
By the way, you two are gonna have to share a room.
I'm gonna lean towards Galliard. Do I finally get to pet him? Can I pet the Kenku?
I mean, you'll see soon enough. And then
Dagger's right there.
The way.
Dagger's just right there staring at you.
I'm like, you know, he sleeps. I don't. I think I win. I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okay. Galliard, you lead them to room number 3.
Yeah.
You open it. It's narrow and long. It seems to be built into one of the side of the ship. And there's like a musty smell. And you can guess from the layout that this used to be the crew quarters for when this was a skyship. As you see, they have 2 hammocks hanging one above the other far in the end, almost like decoration next to a window. And then there is the smallest bed that would qualify as a queen that you can think of in the very center of the room. It's more like a full bed, but it's a queen. There's 2 shelves on either side, a small shabby wool rug in the center of the room, and a candelabra with 3 spokes, all of the wax melted down, and what looks like crumbs of food on the floor under the table there, as the room probably hasn't been thoroughly cleaned yet and was just given to you guys.
Well, it looks like, I mean, the Kenku, Dagger looks like he might be light enough to be on one of these hammocks. But if not, I mean, the bed looks cozy enough for the 2 of you. I'm sure you won't mind, right, Velseis?
No, not at all. I appreciate you. I don't know how you set this up, but I don't see a perch for him, though. What are we gonna do?
Oh my god.
Do you think the front of the bed?
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't know.
Enough jokes.
Okay.
How do you feel about tomorrow?
So, I was talking to Dagger about it on the way over, and he can weigh in when he feels like it. He's a little quiet. He's pensive.
He's just staring at you.
Talkative.
He's in the corner and he's staring at you, and he has a knife out, and it's just like, don't pet me. He's just looking at you.
Maybe I should have
He has the crook hollow blade out. He's staring
Maybe
at
I
you.
should. It was a jest. It was just a Okay. So the thing is Arlo offered us 1,500 gold up front for favors. Their favors are worth much more than that up front. Is what I'm.
It can be if he's still alive by the time.
Do you really suspect foul play? I mean,
I can't be the only one who doesn't trust him, right?
No, not at all.
How do you feel about him? Because I see it 2 different ways. He either knows and is working with the Dryad and is playing us a fool, or he is extremely upset of what has transpired over the past few nights.
I feel like he's too smart to just let us know offhandedly.
Or he could just be a good actor.
Possible. I mean, Melanie likes you. Did you pick up anything from her?
I mean, she trusts him for, the man raised her. How much would you trust the person that raised you?
20 feet
I would
away?
say.
20 feet across the table? I don't know. I think we just don't know. I mean, like I'm suspecting something foul. It stinks.
I agree.
He wasn't upset about his niece.
As upset as one would be.
Yeah, as upset as Melanie was. She didn't show it, but she was very upset.
She was. So, then we agree. We're gonna keep the favors.
I am leaning that way. Dagger. We'll have to. Maybe he'll feel more talkative in the morning.
I texted him. I don't know where he is.
Yeah.
Do you want to give him a shout, like a call, while we're
Yeah.
still talking? All right. So, Velseis.
I'll mute.
Yeah, you're good. What do you think is the likelihood that the gala could be an ambush?
I hadn't thought about it. It would make sense.
And are we willing to act on the Dryad there in front of everybody?
I feel like we wouldn't have a choice unless we saw an opportunity at the gala for later on, like overheard a conversation, something else to go on. It's a bad place to go after this. I mean, you have all the nobility there, and it would be a mess. And then we have to get out of Port Damali rather quickly. You know what did strike me strange, Galliard?
Dude,
He asked for evidence, and he asked for a hard.
that is true.
I
I
don't
don't know
think.
what the evidence could bring. What evidence is he looking for?
I wonder if he doesn't want it to be true. Do you think there's something that? How much do you know about Arlo?
Just
Did
as
you-
much
you-
as you know.
Well, you
I
know,
have no idea.
OC, you know what Melanie told you, which was about something
Oh,
about him.
secret, yeah.
Well, he threw himself into his work because of something.
Yeah, yes. Okay, true. That's true. Thanks for reminding me. Because of my notes, I just didn't even look.
And back in character. Continue.
Well,
What do you know about?
the only
Arlo.
thing I do know is that he had a wife who passed away. Wasn't given any information as to how, but all I know is that he threw himself into his own work after it happened, as a distraction. Some might say.
How long ago? Do you know?
Do I remember? In like a few years.
Say it again. I was lost thinking about if Ben's asleep or not.
No, he's probably asleep for sure.
He's in bed sleeping.
Yeah.
The man's got no chairs. Like he's just.
Yeah.
What do you? Yeah. Do I know?
How long the wife died?
Yeah.
For
I don't know
Arlo's
about that.
wife.
I don't remember. She told me.
She didn't say anything specific.
Okay.
She said young enough that she doesn't remember, but after
Okay.
birth.
And Melanie is how old?
Wait,
Do we know?
no. His wife.
Oh, Arlo's
Yeah.
wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlo's wife.
Arlo's wife.
She did not say.
She did.
Okay.
Say, yeah. Yeah. Don't know when she died, but he did throw himself into his work. Did that work contain anything with the Dryad? I have no clue.
I mean, the only thing I could think about would be if he doesn't want it to be true and he's asking for evidence. Maybe she's offered to bring his wife back or something over his head, something that he wants. You right?
We had a conversation about you coming back. I think like a few nights ago.
Oh, when we were traveling?
Yeah.
No.
Are you implying that it's the same person who brought you back? Potentially.
Hell no.
But you
I want
think
her.
that the
I want her dead.
But you think the Dryad knows who brought you back?
No, I think she might be connected to it, but I don't think she knows.
Okay.
And that's honest. Because I don't know.
I mean, the best we
OC,
can do is go to this meeting tomorrow and figure out his plan. I mean, we got
Yeah, and
few nights before the actual gala, so we got time
And
to prep.
do so cautiously. We should, in case it comes down to Arlo versus how do I say, putting Arlo between the Dryad and us, we should come up with evidence to support our case, rather than just off with the Dryad's head. Or is it?
That's a
If
good
we
point.
kill her, yeah. If we kill
You
her
don't
right
think
now.
we'll be able to act on the Dryad without giving him proof first?
Oh, I think we could. I don't think it would be smart.
No. That's exactly what I'm playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I mean, you with a glaive, me with some. I'm gonna do some.
magic, show me your magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some magic.
That's lit. That's lit.
And then I'm gonna pointedly look at Kenku as he's like playing with his knife.
He's you can roll a perception check. You don't need to. He rolled a 1 on his stealth. He's trying to hide in the top corner of the room,
12.
but you just kind of see him in one of the hammocks, just standing up there, like teetering back and forth off balance, just holding a knife.
Okay, maybe the two of us could get the Dryad. Is there space? Could I sleep with you? I changed my mind. I don't think it's safe for me to. Maybe I'll stay downstairs.
I mean, you've been wanting to do your thing with the Kenku for a minute.
He
so.
opens his beak, and you hear, "Velseis, what's the problem?"
And on that note, I'll see you in the morning. Meet downstairs.
Sounds good.
I'll see
At
you.
dawn.
Head out.
Great.
And then
Cool. The rain fades as you all go to sleep.
It's a long rest. Can we heal?
This is a
Captain?
long rest. Yep, you can heal.
Bird.
This is a long rest. You can heal. The sun rises on a new day. The red moon, Rudis, is still in the sky, now mostly lost in the sunlight's warm rays. The moist air is heavy with the humid of a thick rainfall. As Velseis, you wake up in your bed, in your room, and you know, well, you weren't. You wake up in your bed, in your room, or wherever you were, in your room.
Yeah, I'm gonna open my eyes for my meditation.
Okay. You
And
open your
try to
eyes. You see the window is open and Dagger is nowhere in sight.
Fuck. Do I see anything standing out in the room?
Give me a
Any of his
perception.
belongings, or did he leave anything?
Give me yeah, perception check.
Okay, perception. I rolled a 12.
Okay, with a 12, you see what the bag that he brought in is not in here anymore. You don't see any of his clothing, his travel gear, his weapons, nothing.
I don't know what to make of this. Maybe it's more family business. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the window.
Okay.
And
You close the window, and the not quite cool, but cooler than the normal warm day breeze closes off. You can see outside a beautiful view. Some of the ships are sailing off into the distance as the sun is bathing the city in a beautiful warm glow. It's a nice morning.
I'm gonna go ahead and open the door, leaving the room. Make
Great.
my way over towards it.
You open the door, and the sounds of the tavern have changed. It's not so much the raucous party revelry sound. It's more like a nice morning. You notice a breeze is blowing in from the opening in the center of the two floors. It seems like, and the room looking down, beautiful natural light is coming into the room, making this place look more beautiful than it was last night, less dingy. You see and smell the signs that it was soaped down and washed, most of the floors. And you smell breakfast, you smell bacon, you smell eggs, you smell biscuits. And you hear the soft, deep humming, "Oh, what we do, making food for people," of an ogre downstairs in the kitchen just cooking away.
It's too good. I'm gonna go ahead and walk out. There's a balcony in front of me, right?
There's a balcony that looks down. It's an interior balcony, so looking down into the building. But if you look to your left, there is some almost colonial-style glass doors, like French doors, that have a very, very small balcony, like a single-person balcony, that look out onto the roadway in the opening.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and look down through the interior balcony, and I'm trying to see what type of people are below me, if it's empty.
You see, tucked under the bar, snoring loudly, is Scarlet, still wearing the clothes from last night, surrounded by 3 empty flagons of ale. And you see somebody's passed out on the bar next to her, and kind of resting his head a little bit in what looks like his own vomit that was mostly wiped up, but some of it's still there. And we'll pause. Galliard, you wake up to the light of the morning coming in through the window in your nice room.
Did I have any dreams or anything?
No. No dreams, no visions, nothing.
Cool. I'm gonna get up, grab my stuff, and walk outside.
Okay. You walk outside onto the 3rd floor. The double doors across from you of the captain's quarters are open.
Are open.
Mm-hmm.
I want to walk to and kind of like knock.
Okay. You knock.
Anything?
It's open. Lights coming in from closed windows, but open shutters. Nobody's in here.
I want to open up the door and be like, Melanie, are you in here?
Give me a perception check.
14.
Cool. You look around. You don't see anyone in the room. All the knives are still laid out. One's missing.
One's missing.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there was a struggle? Is it like normal?
From that perception check, no. Everything looks to be in place. You see an empty bottle of red wine next to the 2 glasses on the little countertop between the benches.
Finished it.
The fire has long since gone out, but you can still see the soft, warm glow of embers inside the great opening to the fireplace. No one's in here. And you're starting to smell bacon, smell eggs, and you also hear the from downstairs.
I want to go downstairs.
Great. You go downstairs, you see Velseis on the 2nd floor looking down as well. Just kind of staring at a drunkenly unconscious Scarlet who is tucked under the bar. She seems to be damp, like beer spilled on her at some point in the night. She never woke up from it.
That could have been you if you kept drinking.
I'm gonna say, as you know, my constitution is it's a little hardy.
Where's your friend?
I don't know. I was hoping he would have told you.
You look past him, Galliard, to the door to the room, and there's an open window in the room.
Oh, okay. Well, looks like we got 2 people that snuck out, huh? Melanie's gone as well.
Shit. Together? No, they don't like each other.
I mean...
Downstairs, you hear glass break, and you hear, "Hey! What the fuck are you... hey!" Downstairs.
I'm gonna look towards Galliard. Do we kick the door down this time, or what do we...
Let's hope there's not a door. And we get that.
You guys go downstairs, and you see in ornate armor, with a mace on one side and a shield strapped around the back, the soot-skinned form of a Genasi is holding a dwarven man up by his neck, and the dwarven man has a tattoo on the arm that you can make a perception check, or religion check, sorry, to recognize.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
You said religion?
Religion check, yes.
I got an 18.
I got an 18 too.
So the dwarf has a tattoo depicting one of the greater titans from the age of Arcanum, from the Calamity, an enemy of the prime deities. And you see that this Genasi is holding this dwarf up by the chest. Tyler, would you like to describe your character?
So just the stuff I already put in?
Just give me, what did they see?
Like general appearance?
Yeah.
Okay. So standing at about 5'8", hefty build, 4'5'8". Male, has bright burning hair, fire red, soot-colored skin, bright yellow eyes. Seems about young in age, but older than a teenager. Humanoid.
And Tyler, you're
Okay.
holding... Tyler, do you have the stone? What? You have the soot skin. It's the fiery skin, right?
No, the skin's not fiery. The hair is.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
the fire...
the skin is more stonish.
And the hair seems to dance and wave on its own on top of this character's head as they're holding a dwarf up. And the dwarf's like, put me down. It was just a tattoo from my sailing days.
Hey, Galliard, he's got hair like mine. Yeah.
Do we know, like, would our characters know what a Genasi is? Genasi, what'd you call it?
A Genasi.
Velseis sure as fuck would not know.
Galliard, you do.
Okay.
You know
Copy.
that Genasi, at some point in their heritage, have the blood of a djinn in them from the various different elemental planes. A fire Genasi would have the blood of a fire djinn from the plane of fire.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And the plane of fire
they're-
also counts as the first level of hell. It's interchangeable.
Okay.
So,
Is there a problem here?
not with me.
No. Just meeting some new friends.
Then do you want to put him down? I don't know what's going
Suppose.
on.
Okay. All right, I'll leave. Look, I don't even follow the Leviathans. All right, fuck them. I'll just. All right, Bahamut be praised and all that. Okay, and he just scurries and fucking runs away out of the tavern.
So we saved a life today, huh, Velseis?
Can I pet your hair? Can I?
You're welcome to try. Might not feel the greatest.
Oh,
I'm a-
shit.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get my hand
Cool.
like slowly.
As
slowly
you're
closer.
reaching your hand out, describe your character visually for Tyler.
Velseis is. Let me pull it up real quick.
I mean, he can see a photo, but let's do the fun anyway. Just describe
Yeah.
him.
So Velseis is about. I think is he 6 foot or 5? No, I can't remember. I think he's 6 foot, right?
Oh, then I don't have to lean in. I don't have to lean down.
Mhm.
I'm 5'8".
Yeah. I mean, I thought it sounded like you were tall. But you're 5'8".
I was holding a dwarf.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Good point.
You're 6'1". You're 6'1", Velseis.
I'm 6'1". So I'm 6'1". I'm a half elven man with fiery red hair. You can't even see my ears, but it's like a full mane of hair. I have blue eyes. They're luminescent, so they glow very slightly. Like you can't tell in normal light, only in very dim lights. My skin is super pale, almost too pale.
And
Are we continuing with that interaction?
yeah, Galliard, describe yourself as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So I am a 6'7". Damn, what am I?
Blue Revenite Dragonborn.
Take me a second.
I am a 6'7" Ravenite Dragonborn, meaning that I do not have a tail, but I do resemble a dragon, right? My scales are blue in color, and I have grayish blue eyes. So you being 5'8", I kind of tower over you, in a sense.
Great. Velseis, you reach your hand out and you feel the warmth of the hair as you get close.
That's warm. I'm just gonna push a little further.
Okay. Do you allow this?
Yeah. My hair is actual fire, unlike yours.
Great.
Oh shit!
Smell some sizzling.
Velseis, you take 3 fire damage as you put your
So my
fingers
hand's
in
like
the hair.
sizzling.
Yeah. It's just, and you're just holding it there.
I'm gonna pull
You
my
might-
hand back.
I was gonna say, you mind reaching back now?
Excuse my friend, he's kind of lacks manners in certain situations.
Not all of us grew up in the best households.
That's sick. Do you see this?
Yeah.
You
Point at my
see,
hand.
you see there's a nasty red welts are starting to show on the palm of his hand.
That's better than
What
the...
brings you
touch it
guys
with it.
here?
Go ahead.
Can I
Just
ask you
say-
this, Tyler? Do you have your holy symbol out to be seen, or is it under your armor?
I thought it was on my shield.
It can be on your shield if you'd like as well, but you also have a holy symbol around your neck, or as an amulet, whichever one you want. Is that like out for everybody to see?
I forgot what I chose. Yeah, it's out for everyone to see.
What you see in a beautiful platinum chain, the symbol of a mighty dragon made of pure platinum with golden eyes. And you recognize this without even having to roll, Galliard. This is the symbol of Bahamut, the platinum dragon. And your chest,
You said the platinum dragon?
the platinum dragon, yeah.
Okay.
And your chest burns a little, Galliard, looking at this.
That's lit.
Velseis, you see like the coolest fucking dragon thing you've ever seen in your life, hanging around his neck.
That's sick. Is that where you got your hair from? Is that?
No, it's a gift from my father.
I love that in this medieval fantasy world, Velseis is like, sick, bruh. Fucking yeah,
sick.
Fucking lit, man.
That's
fucking-
so lit, dog.
That burns.
And where are we again? As far
You're
as, like,
currently, Tyler
Downstairs
hasn't
in
named
the-
his character yet. Tyler's character was holding a dwarf up against the wall right next to the main entrance, so you're on the first floor now. Right next to the main entryway.
while they're talking, can I look around? Do I see Melanie around?
Yeah, you see Melanie. She's just kind of amused, sitting in the corner, eating some eggs and bacon.
Cool. I'm gonna leave them two, and I'm gonna head towards Melanie.
Great.
I'm sick of this already.
As he's leaving, I
Yes.
say talk to you later in Dracanic.
Oh.
Okay.
Great.
Great.
Okay, I stop and I look at him, questioning. All right, just continue my way.
Great.
I
Great.
smirk as he walks away.
Love it. Love it. Cool. You walk over and Melanie slides an already ready plate of breakfast food to you. She said, Chef stopped by, knew you'd come down soon. We didn't get any for that one, and whoever that is will have to order their own.
It's fine. I don't mind waiting
3
for them.
strips of bacon, 2 eggs over medium, a piece of sourdough toast, and what looks like a glass of orange juice.
Bet. I sit down, eat while I talk, and I'm saying, once again, I apologize for yesterday. You know, we had a serious talk and thought you were in danger, so we acted upon it. So my apologies for kicking the door down again. And thank you for breakfast.
It's fine. If you do that, I will shoot you, though.
That's fine.
Next,
I'm
I
sure it'll
won't
hurt
just
me
pick
less.
one. I'll shoot you.
I'm glad you didn't choose me the first time.
Of course. You earned a pat. And she just takes a strip of bacon, and she looks over at the armored Genasi and goes, you don't really see that often, do you? Well, then I guess, again, we don't really see your kind often either. We make wonderful friends out here, don't we?
Apparently so.
Do you think that one would work for money?
What do you have in mind?
Well, the armor, the mace, the shield, the symbol of the platinum dragon, a goody two-shoes that one is. Maybe a little bit of coin and a little bit of nudging in the right direction, and we can have a nice hammer to swing about. Them
Go over and I
being
want
the
to
hammer.
flag him down in particular.
Okay. Ray, you see the Dragonborn wave you over.
I look back at. Ooh, do I know their name yet?
No,
They didn't say their names.
you don't.
I look back at the half elf and I say, "Are you coming?"
Yeah, I guess I can. Well, let's go talk to Melanie, and I'm just gonna go ahead and walk in front of him. Mm-hmm.
Cool. You walk over. As you approach, Melanie hands out a single piece of bacon to Velseis and just kind of waves it around in the air like,
Yum. Thank you.
That's what I thought. She eats it. And then and she looks at you and she goes, "My name is Melanie Pendrata. I'm the richest woman you've ever met. What's your name?"
My name is Ray, and that's interesting. I haven't heard much about you.
Ray, it's not often that people come to taverns in the morning for breakfast wearing full plate armor. Are you here for a reason, or are you just having fun?
Just a morning stroll.
Oh, I love that
Morning
answer.
stroll that brought you into this inn.
And fighting with the dwarf, nonetheless.
Yeah, I don't really.
Like I said, I was just here to make some new friends.
So it wasn't just. a
Looks
morning
like I
stroll
found
then?
some.
Do I get the sense that he's being sarcastic, or is he being literal? Like
I
he's
don't
trying
know,
to make
Ray.
friends?
Are you being sarcastic at all?
Playfully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What brings you to Port Damali?
I actually have family in the area.
Are you from here?
Yeah, you could say that.
I'm gonna take the piece of bacon and awkwardly try to pass it to Galliard, just without anybody noticing. Just I can slide a hand.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Thank you.
Everybody else who wants to look as to whether or not he's moving a piece of bacon can roll
I
perception.
got a fucking 19.
How do I roll things?
Oh,
On the
good,
D&D
good.
Do I
Beyond
just
app,
click on something?
there's a little dice button to roll a dice, or you can click on perception itself, the modifier button, and it will auto roll and add for you.
Okay. So I know I can do that because I accidentally did initiative earlier, but I don't have just a
Shit,
die.
Okay. Yeah.
No, the die is like in the bottom corner. You see it? It's like a red one. It's like red and white.
It's not on my screen. I had clicked off of something earlier.
If you stream really quickly, we can point it out. Just make it easy on you.
Okay.
No, it's fine. Just find perception under your skills.
Yeah.
And right next to perception, you should have a +4. Click that +4.
I got a 9.
Great. With a
Yeah, I'm
9,
rolling too. Fuck it, why not?
you do not
Cool.
notice.
I got a 5, so.
Cool. With a 9 and 5, neither of you notice that you have an extra piece of bacon, Galliard, on your plates.
I
This
bet.
is some high stakes rolls, guys.
Perfect training though.
Great. Cool.
You said your name was Ray?
Yeah.
Well, we apologize for the lack of introduction, but my name is Galliard, and this is.
Velseis.
And your name?
Again, I'm Melanie,
Just-
as I already said. Do you not have a last name, dear? Did you give that up? I've heard some holy people do that.
No. It remains a secret from those that aren't close to me for now.
Okay, all right.
Well, at least he's honest.
If we were to offer you, I don't know, 1,500 gold, would you be interested in helping us do things around town or elsewhere?
1,500 gold ain't bad. I could always do something here, something there for that.
I mean, we could offer that. That wouldn't be an issue. It's up to
What do
these
you have in
two,
mind?
really. I'm just tagging along.
So what would you
I'm a-
rather offer, Melanie?
Sorry?
I said, what would you rather offer him to?
Oh,
bring
no,
along?
no. We'll offer and pay the gold. That's no problem. It's just up to you whether or not you want to hang out with this one. I mean, the
I
armor,
kinda-
the mace, the shield. Could be a monster in battle. You never know.
The hair.
Or in bed. Who knows?
Oh, my gods. Forward. Forward. I don't know you that well, darling.
Chill.
He's straightforward as they come.
Interesting for a holy man to be so keen, but
Doesn't seem to be so holy. What are you proficient in?
That's perfect.
What am I proficient in?
Yeah, like what's your fighting style, if I may ask? You
I
got
wave my mace around.
Hit a few things here.
Isn't it obvious?
How
would this be a mace the temple has made for you? Or a temple has made for you? Or is it one you got from your father?
Let's go father.
Okay. It's an intricately crafted wooden haft, but the mace head is of deep, dark steel with beautiful spikes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of platinum.
So what do you say? You up for the journey, for the adventure?
My morning's free. Let's do it.
That's a good point. How about we test run this and see how well we work before we jump to...
Well, we don't have a meeting with my dear uncle until 7. Perhaps a bit of shopping? You do have all this gold to spend.
You have a lot of gold to spend.
I have a lot of gold to spend. You could have a lot of gold to spend too if you took my uncle's deal, but that's your choice.
Do you honestly think, Melanie, that's a good deal? I'm curious. Like, what's your opinion on it?
I will give you my honest opinion. I think 1,500 gold is 1,500 gold.
Let's go shopping then.
Wonderful. Could I ask, what are you looking for? We have so many choices.
I'm actually looking for somebody... Oh, no, you're good. I'm actually looking for somebody to work on a weapon that I have.
I see.
What kind of work are you thinking of, dear? Those two have not opened their shop yet, so you might have to wait if it's metalworking. You're talking magic?
Yes.
Oh,
you remember mine?
I know the perfect place. I'm in such a wonderful mood this morning. This is what happens when I drink red. Would you like me to take you?
Yeah, absolutely.
My goodness, do we all agree?
We can start there.
Lovely. Okay, she's gonna slide out. Hopefully you're gonna let her slide out because you're kind of blocking her in. She's gonna slide out of the corner booth and lead you all. She's gonna toss a couple gold on the bar to pay for the food. And you see Chef saunter out and go, "Bye, pretty lady." And he starts picking up the plates as you all leave the Skyship's end. And let's see where it is. I have my map. I've got my map right here. She leads you back through the crescent, past the Manor Pendrata, and into the gilded esplanade. And I have to change the background noise. Let me find it. That might be it.
Oh, I need to add my gold from when we played in person. How much did what's his face pay us? The Zalezo captain.
300 each, I believe.
Thank you. Oh, I took that note down manually. Let me go find the book.
Great.
I knew I was missing something.
As she leads you out of the crescents, she leads you to a packed district of the city. And she motions out at the numerous amount of shops, stores, and bustle of the huge crowds of people walking by. And she says, "Welcome to the Gilded Esplanade, the shopping heart of the wonderful city of Port Damali." And you see buildings of various shapes and sizes. You see what looks like a wizard's tower that always stays the same size no matter how far or walk away from it or close to it. You see shops and cafes and bakeries, restaurants, armories, fletchers for arrows. You see tailors for exotic clothing, and as she walks you through the streets, you finally come to a small market square with a clock tower and an open market space with tents with various vendors saying, "Buy your wares here, don't buy from him." And the guy on the opposite side goes, "Don't listen to him, buy from me and not that one." And they just yell at each other as people get stuck in the middle, confused as to who to buy from. And you see a bakery on the right. It's a corner bakery, and it's called Buttercream. And it's got ivory growing on it, beautiful green life, a nice sitting area outside, and people are drinking coffee and eating croissants and just having a wonderful time. And then you also see, let's see. You also see a small, thin, tall, multiple-storied building in the center between the bakery and a building on the other side, which is called, and I have it in my notes, Galfrey's Garden Trees. And you see through the great windows of this store, stands with different clothes, all of noble make, beautiful different shapes and sizes inside. Buttercream on one side, Galfrey's Garden Trees on the other, and in the middle, the tall, slender, stuck in an alleyway with a nice curved trail building. And there's a sign on it, and it says, "Gilmore's Glorious Goods, Damali." And Melanie says, "Right here. If you need magic items, trust me, this is the place to be." And she motions forward.
I go forward. I open up the door. Go in.
You bust through the door.
No, I open the door. Go in.
All right, give me a second.
That's the second door in 2 days.
Facts, though.
He keeps breaking doors. Can anybody stop him?
I'm just too big, bro.
All right. Let me see here. As you enter, the room is filled with the fragrances of incense of various different flavors. Floating candles gently drift around the room with the vaulted immense ceiling, and you realize that the interior of this space seems to be 2 or 3 times as wide as it seemed to be on the exterior. It's 4 stories tall on the inside instead of 3 on the outside. And you notice various shelves full of different books, different potions, different swords, different spears, different arrows. You see glass-covered display cases full of different various items, and you see a countertop, a perfectly circular countertop with an opening in the back in the center of this chamber so that whoever's running the store can look around to all directions as you walk inside. And as each of you walk in, a gentle for each one of you entering the room. And you hear, "This one will be with you in a moment," from the back room, which is behind a thick burgundy curtain.
Is there like a counter or something that I can approach and just wait?
Yes, there is. Let me get the right sounds for this broom here. Hey, there we go.
You're all good.
Here's our magic item shop. Sounds cool. You approach the counter, and there's a little bell right there on the counter. You see there's nothing on the shelves inside the counter, like the underside shelves that the owner would be able to reach to. And yeah, that's where you're at. You're at a counter where there's a bell.
I want to pull out Doorlock's cleaver.
Okay.
And kind of put it on the counter.
Large, heavy. You pull it out and set it down on the countertop. This one here's something interesting. One moment. And you hear a shuffle and a Damn. And then the curtains open, and you see standing before you. Hold on, I have his description. My God, where is he? Okay. You see standing before you a tall tabaxi. You see the reddish-orange fur. He's dressed in fineries with wispy powder blue robes in the Marquisian style, so they look almost like French colony Arabic. His whiskers extend far from the sides of his face, with unnaturally sharpened teeth capped in silver and gold from his mouth. As he walks forward and he goes, "Hello, and welcome to Gilmore's Glorious Goods, the Port Damali branch. I am your shopkeeper. This one is Elneer Portent, and you are most welcome."
Nice to meet you. You got a beautiful shop here.
He bows gracefully in a what you recognize as Marquisian manner.
What can you tell me about this cleaver?
This cleaver. May I?
Absolutely.
His furred cat-like claws pick it up with only his nails, and he looks it over. Do you mind if I cast a spell? Wonderful. And you hear, "Harum deresk in the air." And then his eyes glow purple as he looks at the item. This is a magical weapon, and it is quite cursed. And quite powerful, potentially, if you would use it that way. Don't mind the dragon's breath. That is just a worm back there. And he lays the cleaver down. Best not to touch this too much. It might speak to you or something.
Cursed with what exactly? Or by who?
It seems powerful. Maybe a religious curse?
And then OC, what god did it belong to again? Or did they
Bane
enchant
the
it or whatever?
Strife Emperor.
Bane, okay. So it is cursed by powers beyond this, right?
Yes, it is.
Is it possible to...
Would you like me to buy it?
No, not at all.
Oh.
I'm actually looking to potentially... How should I put this? Move the curse into a different household.
Okay. That I am but a mage. These are things beyond me.
So how do I disenchant it or something? Wait, is that the phrase I'm looking for, or what am I?
You would likely destroy the item to do so.
Destroy it.
Yes.
And then what can I do with it?
It would be destroyed.
I can't switch.
You get the feeling that disjunction, major disjunction, is the spell you're thinking of. It's 9th level magic, and it tends to destroy the item instead of disenchant it. Magical items have an otherworldly protection on them just by being inherently magical. They're very difficult to destroy. And this mage seems powerful and mysterious, but probably not level 20 or 19.
So let's say we wanted to switch ownership of the power coming from it from, let's say, Bane to somebody else. Is that possible?
There are only the gods who can reforge tools of the gods to other gods. This is unholy in the make, not arcane. It is beyond me. It is probably beyond any mage since the ages of Arcanum to do.
So
Why, might I ask? And he leans in really close. You make this one curious. What are your intentions with such a thing?
my intentions is to power the weapon through different means.
Tell me this. Have you sat with the weapon in a quiet place and simply focused on it?
I have not.
Might I suggest that you try this first before attempting to change its very make? Perhaps it will tell you of itself in a way that I cannot.
Thank you. I'll grab it,
Of course.
put it back in.
Do you have other need of my services? We have so many items. Look here! And he snaps, and a shelf lifts off the ground and floats forward, and it's full of potions of healing. 50 gold apiece, or buy a bunch and I will take some of the price off. That is what Gilmore taught me.
What is a bunch?
A bunch is more than 3, and no less than 3. It is 3. A 3
And
is
how
a
much are
bunch.
they? A piece?
They are 50 gold apiece for the healing potions. And if you want an even better healing potion, and he swirls his finger, and the shelf turns around, and on the other side are larger healing potions, those are more expensive.
I mean, you know, me being a paladin, I'm like, I think I'm good with healing. I want to look back at Velseis. Do you need anything from here, you think?
I mean, I'll browse. Elneer, I'm an acquaintance of Ruddy, Pete, up in Oath. Are you familiar with Ruddy?
Who?
Ruddy Pete. You don't...
No.
It doesn't ring a bell.
No, I have no idea of who you speak. I mean, this one has no idea of who you speak. I'll drop that. I don't know who you're talking about.
No, that's fine. That's fair. I'm gonna take out the Ruddy Pete's magic rock. What does this mean to you? Let's take a look at that.
Do you really want me to waste more magic on finding out what these are? Okay, but the third one will come with a charge. And he
This guy.
takes the red rock and casts Identify on it. This is a stone of summoning. Whoever gave this to you will appear near you if you break it. I'm so glad that I used that spell slot for that.
I'm so tempted just to throw it. Oh, see. I guess.
And you, the fire-haired Genasi friend, are you interested in any of my wares? Were you sent by the temple, or are you with these two?
I'm just browsing.
Just browsing. Great. Note that there are 2 seeing orbs in the store, and that they are watching you at all times. And as they mention and motion up, you look up and you see there are 2 black perfect sphere crystals that are just kind of hovering around, and they occasionally glance around with what looks like an ethereal eye within them, looking at you and then looking around the store. If you
I
try
smirk
to
and say,
take
"That's
something...
cute."
Okay, yes. Well, look, if you try to take something, this one will have to find you and then, flay you or something. We will figure it out. Or go to this Lezo. I guess I could be lawful. Do you need any goods? Is there anything I can help you with? Please, I have so many things. Look at this. Look at this. Dragonborn, look. Dragonborn. Look at this. You will like this. And they reach a hand down to the what you know are empty under counters. You looked, and they pull out a leather bag, and it's about yay big, with a red scratch mark in it that's like a deep ruddy red inside. This bag of holding is cheap, but it holds so many wonderful things. You look like the adventuring type. Perhaps you need one of these to store your items. Yes?
What does it do exactly?
It is a bag of holding. You put things into it, and you take them out later. Just don't put living things into it. They will die after about 10 minutes. There's only so much air.
Bag of holding, so it's like a backpack.
Yes, but small, and only weighs 15 pounds.
How much stuff can I put in it?
About 1,500 pounds.
Jesus. How much is it?
This one is selling for 750 gold. But for you, discount. 550.
Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had work
500.
in a while. Can't do 500.
450.
Now, where's my sugar mama?
How
at?
much can you get this for Would you like the bag of holding?
I'm gonna
Take it.
I'm gonna lean in and be like, I'm gonna assist Galliard.
Oh,
Galliard,
that worm is making noise. Hold on. Shut up. Yes.
Galliard, do we really need the bag? I mean, it looks heavy. I don't know. Do you think it's really worth the 450 gold?
I mean, it's enchanted. It holds more than it actually weighs, right?
Yeah. It's just going over your head. I'm trying to back you up. I'm like trying to get that price down.
Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Okay.
I'm like, it's got a scratch on it. You see that? That's.
Oh, you know why? You're right. I actually didn't notice that.
I don't know if that would hold up.
Is it damaged?
Make a persuasion check. With advantage because you're getting help.
First one is a 19. And then, 19 is the best one.
Okay. Look, okay. Listen. Gilmore gave this to me 6 months ago and said, get rid of. But I cannot. 300 gold. Just take the damn thing. It's a bag of holding. It works like a bag of holding. There's only a little curse.
And
does the size of the bag, can I fit things that are bigger than the size of the bag into the bag?
The bag has an interior space considerably larger than its outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds. This one can hold up to 1,500, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. I'm reading off the item card. The bag weighs 15 pounds regardless of its contents. Retrieving of an item from the bag is an action.
I'll keep it, or I'll take it from you. 200.
No, wait, hang on.
Oh.
Ray, you heard it? Go.
Can I lean in and say, you can't possibly do anything better for my friend here?
Okay,
you said it was cursed. What type of curse is on this bag?
Okay. With that information, you can make another persuasion check. The DC is slightly higher because you just succeeded on one to get the price lower to 300. Yes, you can make it with advantage.
Okay.
Because Velseis is helping you.
But like, what's the curse?
25, the first one.
Jesus Christ.
Do I go again?
Yeah.
You can to go for a natural 20, yeah. See if you can get one.
13 the next time.
Okay.
So 25 the first one.
250 gold I can do. Or if you have any shiny gems, I will take them. Just take the bag.
I have silver. I'll give you 200 with some silver goblets that I have. 3 to be exact.
Perfect. That is a fair trade, I think. Yes.
I don't even know what I need the goblets for.
What is the curse though?
It is too late. You have purchased the item. Here you go. He shoves it in Galliard's hands. Galliard, you can add the bag of lost whispers to your inventory.
That sounds so tight. Bag of lost whispers.
Bro.
Oh, this is cool as fuck.
And no, whoever holds the bag is the party's inventory now. I hope you understand that. Whenever you take shit, it's always going to go into this bag, so you're going to have to take notes on what's in there. That's just how a bag of holding works.
And then it was 200?
Not good.
And
you said silver, right?
200 plus your silver goblets, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of my silver goblets because I've been wanting to get rid of those motherfuckers for a minute.
Oh, goodness. Gilmore was so happy. He said I could sell it for as low as 15 gold. I am glad that you bought this item. Please, there are so many better things. I will give you a discount on the potion. 1 healing potion, 45 gold. It is a good deal.
We're good.
Do you have any more discounted clearance items?
Yes, I do.
Tell me,
Would you,
Gilmore?
okay? I mean, if you want, I am not Gilmore.
No. He told you. What else did he tell you to sell?
No, he told me to get rid of this, and he pulls out a. Hold on. He pulls out what looks like an arrow haft with nothing attached to it. I need to get rid of this as well. It's just the wooden part of an arrow. I can sell it for. How much do you think this is worth?
What is it?
It is a piece of an arrow. You could make an arrow with.
Is it just that's it?
Yes.
We need to leave. And I'm just gonna walk out.
No, there are better goods. You're looking at the bad things. What about a nice spear for you? Or your friend, a glaive. I see his glaive. Or you, young woman. And Melanie is in the back, and she's leaning back, and she's just going, You bought the cursed item. My God. What a wonderful day this is. I'm so glad I brought you here. Hello, dear. Oh, Melanie, it is wonderful to see you again. These are your friends. Wow, well, they are fools. I sold them for way too much. Welcome, all of you. This is actually Gilmore's Glorious Goods Damali. I wasn't lying about that. But some of these are a little more expensive than I've been saying. I mean, little less. I get confused. What about you, new mace?
I'm good.
How about
This
the
man
new
thinks.
shield?
Everything's already new.
Oh my goodness, this one is not a good sale. What a new glaive? Come on, or we can turn the
Show me a glaive and
the
see what's
chopper into a glaive.
You can turn the. Hold on, give me a second.
He's gotta get up. He's thinking.
You can turn the cleaver into a glaive.
Yes, we make a mount assembly for it for a glaive haft, and it simply becomes the blade for the glaive, and it becomes new glaive.
And the
It will be
curse-
very well made.
And the curse will still be attached to it.
That is still there. Yes, nothing I can do about that. Shame.
How much?
I'll buy it 1,500 gold.
No, I don't want to sell it.
Shit. Okay.
How much to turn into a glaive?
He looks back at Melanie, and she goes, "How long can you give me?"
How long do you need?
A couple days.
That works.
Putting a magical item into another magical item is not cheap.
No, I don't.
They
suppose it
would
is.
have to be strong enough to hold the thing, and that would be a problem.
So I can give you a couple days, but how much?
Yes, 1,800 gold.
1,800.
1,850.
Even after we took the cursed item off your head.
That is because
that is
she
true.
is here. Normally it is 3,000 gold. You're welcome.
Do I buy that? I'm gonna
Give me an
roll
insight check.
Yeah.
And anybody else can do that if they'd like.
Insight?
Yep,
Yeah, he's-
insight.
I got a
Got a
seven.
dirty 20.
I got a 9.
Cool. Dirty,
Dirty
20, full of shit. The other two, great deal.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
No.
okay, you are right. Only 2,500 gold normally. Not as great of a deal.
So you knocked off. No, knock off another at least 200 gold off it for the price of the bag.
Persuasion check.
Okay.
Anybody
Persuasion.
can do anything to help him if they would like, to give him advantage?
I got
Or
a
you can-
21.
Or you can stand idly by and do nothing. Okay. With the
You've
21,
been so
you
good
go,
so far.
1,600 gold.
I'm gonna look at Galliard. Do you think that's fair?
That would be for the work time, and she would probably have to pay it. I don't think you have that much.
That is true. And I look back at her and I'm like, I owe you one.
Oh, darling, we already know you one. Might as well. I guess they would cancel each other. Well, that's my uncle. You'll owe me a favor. It's
I
a
can deal with that.
deal. And she walks forward and she reaches into a very small coin purse and pulls out a huge bag of gold and lays it down. And the bag of gold she pulls out is significantly larger than the coin purse.
I want one of those.
Darling, it's called a bag of holding. You just purchased one.
No, I don't know what that was.
It's
It's
a bag
cursed
of,
and we don't-
It's a
I
bag
guess
of
we'll see how
holding.
cursed it is.
Elneer leans really close to you, Galliard, and he goes, "Come closer. When you are reaching for items in the bag, try to be as quiet as possible. That is all that Gilmore would tell me. Just don't make a lot of noise with the bag."
Is there anything left inside the bag?
I don't know. I never reached in. I'm not fucking crazy. Would you
This
like to
is
try?
So dope.
It's your bag. You own it.
I've already touched something today and it burned me, so
You
Do
touched-
I?
I'm good. I'm good.
Do you need to know how a bag of holding works?
No, I'm sure you just put things in, pull it out, vice versa.
Yeah, the
I've
way
seen
it
Harry
works,
Potter.
you reach your hand in and think of what you want, and it will come out when you pull your hand out.
But what if there's something in there I don't know I want?
Start thinking of random things and hope that one of them is true.
So we can't just take the bag and flip it upside down and
I
shit
have a
shit?
suggestion. Do not ever do that. That would be very bad. Everything in the bed will explode out at once. I have heard of it happening 25 years ago. Somebody died. So let us
I'm gonna
not
look
do
at
that.
Galliard. I'm gonna look at Galliard. Do you mind if I... Can I hold the bag?
Velseis, you remember Ruddy Pete telling you once that he and some friends of his turned a bag of holding over once, and that he had one less friend after they did that.
Can I hold the bag of holding, Galliard? Just... I want to look at it.
Yeah. Then I hand it to
I'm
him.
gonna wait outside.
Okay. Cool. Ray, you turn and just head outside of the shop, and you're in the nice, like, shaded alleyway opening in front. You smell the bakery to your left, and you hear the bustle of tailors to your right in the different stores. You good?
Can I do an
Okay.
Sorry. Can I do an Arcana check on the bag? See what I feel from it.
If you have a spell where you're like, can identify an item, sure. Otherwise, you can give me an investigation check to look that bag over, or, you know, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
What, do you open it? What are you doing?
I'm tempted to... I'm thinking about flipping it over. Velseis really wants to tip it over. That's what
Okay.
he's like. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
You want to do
He's
that shit
gonna-
outside? Hold on.
You
No, I'm
flip
gonna
it
do it in the
over?
store.
Okay.
I'll flip it over in the
Elneer
store.
goes, no, by the gods! You flip the bag open, and you push it open, and shit, dude. Bones, meat, blades, spears that are broken, rented armor, claws, fur, molded food shoots out into the store, and okay, I'm gonna roll damage. Ray, I need
Who's
a
outside?
dexterity saving throw from everyone in the shop.
Okay.
I'll roll for
I'm
Melanie.
outside the shop now.
You're outside the shop. You hear the loudest fucking cacophony of shit you've ever heard in your life. Like an entire library just collapsed inside the room behind you.
I count to 20 before I go in.
Okay, good. We'll keep that in mind. I'll let you know when you run in. Okay.
Use a dexterity saving throw?
Melanie succeeds.
Oh, fuck.
Elneer does not. Elmere's gonna cast shield. You see the last second you see before the room is full of whatever's in this bag of holding, an arcane shield shoots up around the counter, and Elmere's like holding it in place and going, gods, 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 gods. What were the rolls from you guys?
I haven't done them yet because I'm so.
I got a 9. I got a 9.
All right, we're gonna need some d12s for this. Let's.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so I gotta roll a dexterity saving throw.
A
is what you said, right?
dexterity saving throw, yes.
Yeah, the giant lizard has to dodge something. I'm sorry.
Actually, no.
The dexterity or the saving throws in my upper left-hand corner?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. Saving
Yeah.
throws upper left
I'm
hand.
glad I wasn't in
all
there.
other checks in the middle.
I got a 14.
Okay, you
Oh,
failed.
shit. You're better than me.
Both of you have failed. Great.
How
So
high
you're
was
gonna-
the roll?
You're gonna take
Yeah, for
full
real.
damage. It was a 17. You're gonna take full damage.
Fuck.
Wow. Okay. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ.
I have 5 hit points.
As
I would have loved for him to get fainted or
the
something.
room fills with blood, both dry and wet, mud, bones, broken pieces of armor, broken swords, rent spears, destroyed daggers, gnawed on flesh that is molded over, skulls, like just like a monster, like a werewolf had eaten 50 people and shoved them in a bag, fills this room. And you guys are battered, punctured, hit, bruised, beaten, and pushed against the wall from all of this shit that comes out of this bag. Roughly 800 pounds of stuff just came out of this bag.
Do we see anything living?
Elneer is sweating and holding up this, like, arcane shield. And you notice that Melanie is, like, on the second floor. She, like, scrambled up at the last second and is just out of the way of the pile of shit that came out. She's like, by the gods, Velseis, don't do anything ever again. Ever. And Elneer drops it, and Elneer goes, Gilmore is going to kill me. You ruined Gilmore's shop. Gilmore is going to kill me. You ruined Gilmore's shop.
So it's safe to assume that everything bad from the bag is out? Is that how that works?
Oh, we need to be quiet. The bag is open. You did stupid one with the red hair. Close the bag slowly.
Don't close it yet.
It's at this point, Ray, you slam the door open loud as shit. I
fucking love that.
And you're now in the room. Ray, you see a pile of refuse about 7 feet tall that has filled the chamber. All of the shelves have shifted over except for the ones that can magically move themselves out of the way. Blood, guts. It looks like a war zone in here. And Velseis is standing knee deep in it, and Dagger is standing like waist high in it at another point. And Velseis is holding the bag open upside down.
Going out of business sale, I see.
Shh, 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 shh. Close the bag.
Don't close
Close the bag. Do you want us to die?
Yeah, look at. I'm just gonna say. I'm gonna say it like level, like kind of lower. Galliard, I don't feel so good. Should I give the bag a shake? Make sure everything's out.
How loud are you speaking?
Like, not like just a hush tone, like a.
Okay. I need a stealth roll from everyone in the room.
Oh fuck.
I have armor on.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
with
disadvantage for the both of you.
So I got a 16. I'm holding the bag.
Wait, what happens with I roll twice
You roll
for
twice and
disadvantage
take the
and the
lower
one?
number. Yep.
You got it.
Oh, I got a 13.
I got a 13.
Melanie got a 20. Dagger, who's outside. Not a nat 20, okay.
Oh, is Dagger with us the whole time?
I'm going to
was missing.
retcon and say that he was just following you in the shadows the whole
Okay.
time and has been, like,
Okay.
watching.
That's cool.
Cool. You fail. Here's what happens. You start to hear whispers coming from inside the bag of holding. I found it. The way through. Finally release. Finally. My pathway will work. Yes. And a long, bony hand with fingers that are unnaturally long, with razor-sharp fingernails, shoots out of the bag of holding and slams into the ground. And you see another hand open the side of the bag of holding and start rending it open as a ghastly blue face of the frayed-haired man comes out and goes, "You opened my bag." And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Bro, ain't no way.
Fuck, dude.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way we should end it like that. This is bullshit. I mean, it is 1 a.m.
Yep, that's where we're going to end for tonight.
God damn.
Tyler, welcome to the campaign.
Oh, thanks for having me.